everyone, and welcome back to Dreams of Arkos here on Dork Tales. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelle. I use he and him as my pronouns, and folks, we are once again going into this homebrew epic that is set in the fantasy world of Ylos, our little homebrew setting. A big thank you to all of you who are coming here to watch this as we delve deeper into the Fey Wild, see some allegiances, some ancient vows, even a prophecy or two, and maybe a wedding. So this is episode 10. The Vow of the Wild Hunt. And before we hop into game, let's meet our cast for the day, starting over here with Robin.
Hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and today I am playing Deianera, our Amazonian centaur ranger with her Stimfey companion, Sophos. And I got lots of shit at the farm. I have a Deianera has a slight gambling addiction.
You need to use your game sense.
Yeah, I know. I need to know my limit and play within it, but Deianera did not. But I'm very chunky now. I'm very constitutional.
You're going for a constitutional.
Yeah. But yes, hello. I am excited to game.
I'm excited to have you game. Amy, are you excited to game?
Yeah, I'm excited to game. Hi, I'm Amy. My pronouns are she, her, they, them. I am playing Gwylan, Halenan, the human sorcerer rogue.
Yeah, we got to come up with a better name for that. Rogerer?
Roguler?
Roguler?
Rogerer? No.
Roasterer just feels like something Scooby-Doo would say upon seeing sorcerer.
It really does.
I was thinking of that or Hamburglar, but that's been taken.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's Sylvester. The
All right, speaking of something hamburger, speaking of looking for beef, it's Millie!
Oh my gosh, I'm always looking for beef. Hi, I'm Millie, also known as Bunny-Hearted. I'm a Gemini. My pronouns are she and her or they and them. I'm a giant gooper dork, and I am here playing Tyria Zenos, our Minotaur Artificer. I'm really excited to be back here because maybe this game I'm going to get married. What?
Aw, it's going to be so sweet.
I blame the Fae.
I mean, you probably should. Let's also blame Kelle. Hi, Kelle.
Hi, hello, it's me, it's Kelle from up the road. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Mystredo, the Medusae. Here's, all the snakes. I don't know if they're all he, hims, they, thems. Lenny is definitely a he, him, but he really wants to be a bridesmaid today. He was so disappointed. He's just like, can I be a bridesmaid? And it's like,
little snake dresses, though. Little snake dresses.
Little tiny, flower crown. And
you know what? If you make him a little snake dress, he could be the maid of honor.
I mean, my sewing machine is I literally just had it out 2 minutes ago. I could go get
tiny
it.
veil.
Tiny little veil, little teeny weeny, tiara of flowers. He'd be the happiest snake in all the land.
Speaking of the happiest, I don't know, Traz, hi. I can't always segue well.
Snake scales.
I was thinking of...
How do you follow that?
How do you follow that? Use a segue. I made a horrible mistake.
I could have used one up that mountain, but anyway.
It's true. Hey, Traz.
But hi, I am Trez. I use he, him pronouns. I'll be playing Forn, our reborn dragon monk. He uses he, they, and is wondering why all these parties go south really quick. They're supposed to be fun. They're just complicated.
That's parties for you. Right. Okay, so, folks, before we begin, I need to do another thank you to our final party member, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is our lovely sponsor who provides more than 170 different types of dice for you to select for your holiday purchasing. That's right, they've got gemstones, they've got wooden dice, they've got acrylic and resin, they've got liquid core, they've got edible candy dice. That's a lot of dice for you to roll and for you to give your friends. Consider visiting their website right now where you'll also find tea, familiars, jewelry, and very soon, gaming tables. You can also check out their quest chests, which are system-agnostic game-in-a-boxes that mix the elements of a home murder mystery, a table LARP, and also like an escape room together to create a unique experience like none other, with all sorts of collectible things in it, including coins, vocal tracks, music, and more. Go to bookwyrmgames.com right now and use code DorkTales to save 10%. And the best part is, if your order is $100 Canadian or more after that discount, your shipping's free. It's pretty great. So give to the local guys, give to the good guys, and give to your friends this holiday season, which is coming up in like a month. All right. And also, if you're looking for something to drink, you can also grab some coffee over at Bones Coffee using code DorkTales. You'll save 20% off of their Nutcracker's Revenge flavor, or perhaps, which is like a chestnut flavor thing, and it's pretty wild, guys. There's also like strawberry cheesecake, which I personally recommend. Amy, what did we drink last night? We drank...
So
the cinnamon, the Sin coffee. Yeah, it's pretty dope. But yeah,
Also, they called a chestnut flavor the Nutcracker. Why wouldn't they go with chestnuts roasting over an open fire?
because I think they just wanted to have an angry Nutcracker. It's
fair. Okay.
because they have a
right.
mug
Aesthetic.
for it too. The mug is pretty great. And Nutcracker's Revenge
Ooh.
sounds like something that you'd want to give someone as a present, I guess.
It's also probably copyright, that whole
I don't
thing.
know. Yeah, songs are pretty litigious. I know that when I'm writing
Yeah.
role-playing book stuff, I cannot
and
use song
especially in
lyrics.
like Christmas songs. This is like woo.
I feel like copyright would have passed. Folks, last episode of Dreams of Arkos, the characters enjoyed the palatial estate of Titania and Oberon. They found themselves at a party, at a large, one might even say a soiree that they were invited to. And as they went around, they had drinks. Someone met their future husband. They gambled away parts of their future. They met some characters from previous games and enjoyed little bits of the Witchlight Carnival, which was also in attendance. There were a lot of things that happened last game, but the game ended with the characters being summoned into the main hall, which is this beautiful crystalline and plant ecosystem with its own atmosphere in the upper areas of its, non-existent ceiling that stretches up into starlight even during the day. There were tons of guests and tables and events happening around there, but none quite so opulent as the presence of Queen Titania and King Oberon there at one of 4 thrones at the front of the room. The other 2, which were kind of obscured by a bit of smoke and cloud and, a tablecloth. And at the height of it, the regents called you forward and asked you to do a little ceremonial thing, a little like, hey, you guys are just the mortals here. We'll put you up here. You just have to say yes to something that everybody's always said yes to before. It's not a big deal. Just say yes. And as you were saying yes to it, this agreement to keep a long-standing pact with the mortal realm intact, the doors burst open and in entered none other than Queen Mab and her new consort, Jareth the Goblin King. And they stormed in and are starting a bit of a kerfuffle, which is where we're going to be picking up game. Now, does anybody have any questions before we begin? All right, that's nice and easy. All right, so I'm taking a drink of water, and I think it is time for us to begin Dreams of Arkos, episode 10. Oh, there we go. My neck cracked.
Oh, actually, one quick question. Sorry, I just was looking at my notes.
Yes.
Are we still under if we have not used the 1d4 athletics acrobatics roll from the Champagne of Giddiness, is that still in effect?
Yes. It will last until your next long rest.
Yeah, thank you.
The doors burst open, and a cloud of black mist billows into the room. You watch as this beautiful woman, garbed in shadowy cloth that glimmers with bloodstones, enters, flanked by a flamboyant man with an incredibly tall, teased hairdo. In the background, you can hear the sound of hunting dogs baying from the shadows. the pale beauty that is Queen Mab ascends to the obsidian throne, and her consort walks vertically up the side of the autumn throne, sitting atop of it, looking as comfortable as someone may, although you can see that as he sits there, he shifts a bit, perhaps thinking the throne would be a bit more resplendent than it is, instead of just a literal pain in the ass. "Sister," Titania says, "how good of you to come." "Yes, sister," Mab says. "It would have been good had I been invited. Unfortunately, I've been too busy performing my duties." "Who are these?" She looks down at the assembled 5 of you. "Some mortals here to proliferate your schemes." "Sister, nothing like that. We're merely having a conversation and preparing for a wedding."
Can I insight
Please.
the Titania?
Yes, you may. All right. Roll high.
Yeah, I did. 16 plus 7.
Ooh, perfect. You beat it by 2.
is 20. Oh, nice. 23.
She had a 21, because I rolled pretty low. Looking at her, what are you trying to insight at her? What vibe are you checking? Are you trying to get her intent? Are you trying to get her
So
emotion?
specifically at Titania, just saying we're just having a, like, simple conversation, and basically I want to get her how she's delivering that line is this, if she's being, I don't care if she's being truthful to the sister or not, her sister. I want to see if she's being, like, truthful to what she's actually saying. Like, is she
There's something bigger at
meaning?
stake here than what she's letting on, and as you look at that, she's saying this with the way of, "Oh, we were talking about anything important, just, I'm just on the phone with Mom, there's nothing important going on, we're just talking about you," type of vibe. Like, so there's something bigger going on here than she seems to be letting on.
Okay.
"Really? Because my spies have whispered to me, sister. The Sluagh have said that you were speaking of the vow that we made to the fallen king." "Oh, were they now? Perhaps more lights need to be lit in the shadows of this court." Too little too late. "I'm sorry," you hear from over in the corner where Jareth leans forward. "Is there a wedding to be had? Who, pray tell, is getting married?"
We'll awkwardly look around and then do like a little excited nod. Whole snoot like boobling.
"Aren't you a little young to be getting married? You look practically vealish."
No.
"I suppose the meat would be all the more tender for it." He leers.
And he very much looks like the Goblin King from a franchise we're familiar with, right?
He is legally distinct but identical.
But legally distinct but identical, of course. So he sort of looks like the scrawniest man that has ever existed.
Yeah, if the word Fey
He's a wish.com version.
you know what he is?
Yeah,
Hold
absolutely.
on. I am going to use the Kwood Games. Damn it, Andrew Kwood. Just tell me how you pronounce your name, damn it. There is literally a picture of the Goblin King in one of their books, and I am going to just show you that. That is the version we are using legally. But yes, he does look like that's Jaden Starlight. Come on, where are you? I forgot they put the Joker in here too. Which, lol.
Wait, they did? That's amazing.
Basically, hold on. I'll show you. the riveting moments of me flipping through.
Oh, good
Yep.
gracious.
Yep. All right.
Right.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
So this is the exact one, but this is basically what he looks like because they put him in here. This is a character named Jaden Starlight.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
we know what we're doing. We know what we're doing. He's like sitting up there. He's got like 3 of those Fushigi orbs, and he's just going Fushigi, Fushigi, Fushigi.
As is tradition. I think she's gonna hold her tongue given the context, but is thinking some things. But we'll definitely look him up and down with sort of a look of, really? You're like a millimeter tall.
Perhaps we were discussing certain things. It is prudent, sister, to respect our guests and to discuss diplomatic matters. My sister, don't you know? No politics at the table. It's rude, Mab says. And whenever she speaks, there's like this huskiness to her voice that kind of bubbles out like winter frost. And her voice sounds like the early sunset of winter. It sounds like waking up when it's still dark out. But it also sounds like the warmth of a naked body pressed beneath you under blankets, and fur in the winter, and the smell of fire embers mixed with the condensation on the chimney from a frost. But when Titania speaks, it is with the lightness of caterpillars bursting into butterflies from cocoons. It has the lightness of flower petals opening, the loveliness of scent and song, and the passion of springtime love. When Oberon speaks, it is with the beating heat of summer, the sweat on your back, that ragged feeling at the base of your lungs when you've ran too far but must still run some more, and it aches. It tastes like blood, yours and others, on your tongue, and fresh roasted meat. When Jarrah speaks, it sounds like costumes. It sounds like crinkling leaves and laughter and thick drinks laced with heady alcohol, of giggling, of secrets in corners, and of magic. So I ask you to put these in their voices because I will do my best, but I have a limit to what I may perform as a mortal human. For this, at least right now. Did my sister tell you what you were agreeing to?
No, we were actually trying to
For 120 centuries, the Unseelie Court has upheld our pledge. We were tasked by the fallen Lord, Trelion, King of Dreaming, King of Fey Wild, King of the Fey, Lord of the Ephemeral, to punish the traitorous race whenever they dare trespass onto dreams. We have done our duty for 120 centuries. And now my sister, yet again, has called upon a mortal to continue this promise, so that she may shirk her responsibilities. And that the Seelie Court may frolic while we work. Yes, the beautiful one over there.
Sorry, not to interject or anything, but are you saying that this agreement is related to why elves don't sleep?
Yes. Yes, I do believe it is so. If they sleep, the wild hunt takes them.
And it's what? It's the turn of the Seelie courts
The Seelie
to
Court.
take on the mantle?
Yes. She smiles. The Seelie Court has neglected their duties. We were supposed to trade off. And yet every time she manages to worm this out. That is unheard of, sister. I have done no such thing. Really? Because usually, when the agreement must be made, you are to not be found, or you have gone to the mortal realm to make an agreement with some mortal man. Excuse me, I have not. Those sojourns are... Gwylan, do you want to interject?
Oh yeah, Gwylan's like literally raising her hand every time to just like waiting to talk because yeah.
She wishes to speak,
Not to-
yes.
Have a get in the middle of what seems to be a bit of a family dispute, but I don't think I'm comfortable being responsible for why elves as an entire species are not able to sleep anymore.
I don't think that is the problem. I think they need permission to make sure that the Unseelie Court is the one hunting. I don't know if we don't ask the vow, do the elves not get hunted? Or will they still get hunted, but just by the Seelie Court now?
As you ask that, both of the sisters turn and in unison say, "Don't be daft. Of course they... Stop copying me." They glare at each other.
You're not twins or anything by any chance, are you?
Of course we're twins. I was born first, and I was born best. And I was conceived first. Spring is always born before the darkness, but the darkness always exists first. Then why weren't you born first, sister?
You're still not answering the question. What happens if we say no? Do you still hunt elves?
Trelion's
Or-
vow must always be honored, Oberon will say, cutting through the squabbling.
Thank you. So it will still go on, just it's who does it. That is what we're agreeing to, Gwylan, I think.
Yeah, I'm not super jazzed by any of this.
I do not know what this jazz is, but I hope...
Thrilled? Not thrilled?
Do you wish
excited?
to be thrilled, little demigod?
What?
I can smell your blood from here.
I am just a very, very regular human. Nothing special about me.
There's more than a few
Maybe
things
some slightly
special about
recent magic powers. Maybe.
you. With legs like that, I think there's more than a little bit special about you. Is that truly necessary?
I mean, I hear I'm great
consort?
at parties.
I'm just saying. You remind me of someone. Oh, this babe I
Cool.
used to know.
She reminds you of the babe?
Yes.
Must have been someone quite powerful.
Hmm.
I feel like
So,
they're talking down on me.
We're literally sitting above you right now, Jareth will say.
I feel like you're infantilizing me.
To be fair, how old are you?
28?
1,000? Yes, you're
I
older than
think
us
he's
then.
totally admitting it.
No, like 2 8 years.
I was 28 years old by breakfast today. But to us, you are
How
an infant.
long is your day?
Possibly
Very
longer than
long.
ours.
Your breakfast must be so stale by then. Is that why you're like this?
Actually, my breakfast
There's
is
food here.
my breakfast is of the liquid variety, and the powders, of course. Care for some?
No, I think we're.
Garçon,
think we're good.
feed the lady. And suddenly you'll hear, and like a couple of goblins are going to rush out of the shadows, dressed in like jester finery, jingling and jangling as they go, each carrying a tray, like a silver tray with a lid. And they're going to rush up to where Tyria is sitting and go, and you're going to see like this mass of white powder on one. And the other one's going to open, and it's going to be just like a nice like scotch set. Somehow vertical.
That looks adorable. Your offer is appreciated. But
Come now, it's a
I've already had an
party.
adventuresome day.
A mortal is needed to transfer the duty, or to keep it where it belongs, sister. Yes, to keep it where it belongs. Or perhaps to put it there in the first place. I have no doubt that the Seelie court would wreck things in the Wild Hunt, but with the influx of new bodies into the Fey Wild and into the Dreaming, there is no... We cannot persist the way that we are. We are tired. We need your
I'm gonna
aid.
raise my hand too and just point at Gwylan.
Gwylan's raising her hand.
They both look at you.
So, we're here to get the people who are dreaming and who have this influx out of here. That's part of our whole reason to being here. So maybe we can help with that.
How do you intend to do this? Mab says.
Go find a way to end the weird wine curse that put everyone to sleep.
The wine curse.
Yes, that put everybody to sleep.
Yes.
Except us.
Someone possessed or made a deal. Does anyone have access to Trelion's powers or abilities? I think they bamboozled and corrupted a friend of ours. Deianera glares at Gwylan. And she opened up this wine curse.
It seems to be related to someone called the Dreaming One.
I knew this would happen if we left the Wild Hunt in your control.
I don't...
My problem. This is my problem, sister. You are the one who the prophecy said would betray us. Well, how about we do it this way? You said that you have a wedding, Jareth says. You'd like to be married. Then let's have a party, shall we?
Do you like to party?
You celebrate. We will marry you. And at the end of it, you'll decide who is responsible for the hunt. And who shall help you. You're just looking for the dreaming one, right? Either court could take you there. Quiet, false consort. Oberon will glare. You know not what you offer. I merely offer to take them down into the dark. I could do it. I'm sure that they would absolutely favor anyone who helps them. Seems to me that they have quite a lot of leverage. Yeah, you may.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
What? Yeah. Also suspicious at this point.
Please,
well,
please
never
do.
mind.
I'm gonna use one of my knowledge of the past to increase.
Ooh, knowledge of the past. Knowledge of the past.
Fancy.
So that one.
16 to insight.
16, he is trying to stir up some shit. My friend,
22.
22, he is trying to stir up some shit and is deliberately trying to make Oberon look like an asshole and is trying to make himself look better. He's basically saying that, like, hey, why don't we just have some fun tonight? At the end of the night, we'll bribe you guys. You give up, like, he wants you to basically give him, like, he's willing to basically bribe you. So, like, I'll give you everything you want. Yeah, just say that we don't have to do our job anymore. Say that they have to do it. We'll hang out, we'll have a good party, we'll woo you to our side, and then we'll give you what you want. He's not being particularly subtle about it, but you think that with an insight roll of 16 plus, Gwylan and Forn, you are going to understand that this is specifically to slight Oberon. And Oberon, you do not need to make a roll because he literally said false consort. And Oberon seems to be kind of angry at his presence. So yes.
As technically Fey.
You're not a Fey.
Yeah.
You are a centaur.
A centaur Fey. I am a Fey creature.
Are you listed as Fey inside the book?
I believe. Hold on.
I thought in,
because I'm not humanoid. Remember, no humanoid spells can affect me.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I think I'm just scrolling through there's a Minotaur, Centaur. Come on. Centaurs are blah blah blah. I want to know what I am. Where would it say what centaur are in the book?
If it's Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, if you're listed as Fey, then it would be right at the top of the entry.
Just says ability score, age, alignment size, all that stuff.
You're probably Fey.
Yeah.
So, so as a Fey, continue.
I was just wondering, like, with the would I have before centaurs came out of the Fey, would we know a little bit about can I make some sort of history roll?
You can make me a history roll, yeah.
The duties of the Seelie and Unseelie court?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
18 plus.
That's pretty good.
1 is 19.
So the duties of the Seelie Court and Unseelie Court. Now, I'm sure that Robin, you probably know these things, but in Ylos, they're very similar. The Seelie Court is all about creation and joy and, like, the happy stuff. Like the Midsummer Night's Dream. They're mischievous, but generally not malignant. They are prone to, like, theft, but also acts of great capricious generosity. You know, the types of fairies that will help guide you home, the fairies that may, the cobbler and the gnome kind of stories, like those type of things. They're definitely all about doing the more positive side of chaos, if that could be a thing. Whereas the Unseelie Court their job is to be frightening. It is to scare children back to their homes before dark. It is to keep people on the trail in the deep woods. It is to punish those who trespass against ancient laws. It is their responsibility to bring misfortune upon those who trespass. They are frightening. They are often considered to be evil, but they are evil. They're beyond good and evil, the two of them. The Unseelie tend to be more selfish and malicious, but that doesn't mean necessarily that they're bad. It just means that it's what they do.
So with that knowledge and how the Fae interacts with like the material plane, would this huge switch in duties have a big effect on the material plane?
Not particularly on the material plane. At the most, it would probably affect the elves that were involved in the Wild Hunt.
Okay.
But it would perhaps, if duties were taken away from Titania and Oberon, it may lead to a bit of a darker tinge. Yeah, actually,
Okay.
it may make things a
'Cause-
little bit spookier.
Yeah, because Deianera's mind, and she sees it that it's kind of unfair that the Sealy Corps has been like basically skipping out on their duties versus someone that comes from a tribe and is very much about everyone taking equal load. Deianera does not agree with how that is being presented of how the Sealy Court's been doing things.
Mhm.
So she's just wondering that if she sides with that, that would be a very bad thing as a fake creature, basically. It's kind of what I was going for, so thank you.
Of course, of course. So you'll kind of gather that. Oberon seethes at Jareth's words, but Titania, of all people, listens and smiles and turns to you with a lovely look on her face. This sounds acceptable to me. Please, enjoy yourselves. We'll have your nuptials. Friend Tyria, I want you to enjoy yourself with all of the libations that the courts of the Fae have to offer. Feel free to eat and drink without any fear of reprisal or burden of debt. All that you imbibe here is a free gift with no expectations. So enjoy.
Greatly appreciated.
But enough of this. We should have a bit of time to prepare for your wedding. My handmaids will tailor a dress to fit you.
Are you sure?
If you would like. Whatever you'd
It's gonna
like.
turn to I think is now named Raja because of losing
Raja?
names, or is going to be named Raja later. I forget what the current name state is now.
He had to give
I will
up his
ask
name.
him what he thinks about like outfit style stuff. Yeah, because I think he lost his name in the.
He did. He did.
Yeah.
He did. He will look at you and say, I'm happy to wear whatever you think would be good. I
think we're starting on the right hoof. We should wear something we're comfortable in, and not worry about their aesthetics.
What do you want to wear? Do you want to get married in your armor?
Yeah.
At the very least, if you'd like, we can make it a bit more tidy, clean, shiny.
Put a couple flowers on there, maybe. Polish the brass.
She'll clap her hands twice, and an explosion of pixies will erupt from the upper echelons of the temple, of the building, and will float down and begin mass polishing every part of you that is made of metal. They're going to start like working on polishing your hooves, doing manicures on you.
Oh no, poor mouse and canary. They're gonna be so fancy.
Outside, you can hear the hunting dogs of the Wild Hunt barking and baying.
No, those hunting dogs feel like particularly good beans, though.
Yeah, except when there's a Fey delivery. Feyax must be at the door.
Must be. Yeah, the worst timing, of course.
Not
Or
Universal
FedEx.
Postal
Come on.
Service.
Yeah.
Ooh,
FedEx.
I like FedEx quite a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
Yes,
Hag delivery
FedEx.
service.
FedEx is good.
Canada Post is still just Canada Post. It's
It's just
delivered
Canada
by a
Post,
moose.
but it does deliver to the 10 Towns and Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
Cause,
Nice.
Because that's
it's
just
delivered
like,
by a moose. It's
it's delivered by him. Yeah, exactly, just like that. So they'll begin polishing you and doing that. They're going to start like braiding Raja's chest hair. And like putting like a little flower right here because he doesn't have a shirt, but he is a minotaur, so he's definitely got a lot of hair.
Yeah. She's gonna ask what he wants to wear as well. See if there's any stuff that can be done for that for his.
Perhaps
tastes.
a better version of my toga with a big buckle for my belt.
Yes.
To draw the eye. You know? I like this bow.
Oh, the
though.
braids
This is nice.
will.
This is nice.
It's quite
Deianera
cute,
looks where his belt would be, and then is like, "Wait, I shouldn't be looking there." And
He is quite a minotaur.
he's
So
a Magetor.
he is what?
A Magetor, not
He's a Megator.
Megator.
He's Megator. He's a Taurus, that's for sure. All right, and as that occurs, Mab will look down and say, "Then let it be so. We will decide after the wedding. And you will choose who will guide you into the Dreamlands." And with that ominous note, there is going to suddenly be a burst of music. And the assembled guests are going to begin frolicking. You'll see satyrs cavorting on tables. There are tents erected around the edges where they cavort in a different way, along with several guests who decide to follow them inside. There are tiny gnomes walking around, holding scrolls and doing appraisals of wedding feasts. In the distance, you can hear the clip-clop of tiny horses, as well as a small pond in the center of here where you can see seahorses and other fish riding, galloping, and, well, swimming, I suppose, through what looks like some type of obstacle course. There is food and drink and no end of things here. There are grizzled hags in the corner doing tarot readings. If there anything you can dream is inside of this room. But is there anything that you are looking to do in particular? A couple of things that might pique your curiosity. They did mention a prophecy. So if you you could always go look for more research on that. But that said, around here, you will see that there are a number of mirrors set up near the front door where there is a small booth set up to dress people in courtly finery. There are bubbles flying through the air here with tiny people inside of them. An orchestra of fireflies plays over you. There is a table along the western wall as you're entering the building, that appears to be a miniaturized field, and you hear the sound of echoing off of it. There's dancing, and in the center of the room, there's a wide bar with a mixologist set up there, with dozens and dozens of swirling drinks spinning around. What do you all do? You have a bit of time to schmooze and try to gather some information.
Yeah, I think Deianera is gonna try and schmooze with Queen Mab.
The queens and king and consort will head down and begin to mill about, talking to various courtiers. Although it appears that King Oberon keeps a bit of distance. As he steps down, you can smell beastly musk radiating off of him, fitting for the Lord of the Hunt. Mab sweeps across the floor like a shadow. And you approach her?
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
So, this vow, it must be made
Yes.
by a mortal?
Customarily, yes. If it does not, then it is up to us to determine it, which would likely mean war between the courts.
So you typically get mortals to decide.
We need a neutral third party.
Why have you not gone out and found someone before?
We have in times past. Make me a persuasion roll to see if you can get her to spill any secrets.
Okay. Persuasion, eh? You know what? I would like to call in a fated roll.
Oh no! Go ahead.
Ooh.
Okay, so
I have a +0 to persuasion, so
fated roll. We haven't had one of those in a while. Okay.
Yep.
I will put a big check mark there. So you have used your last fated roll until you level. If I'm not mistaken.
no, we're level 5. I've only used one, so we
Oh, you only used
We
one? I
have-
thought you used two.
3 now. So I've only used the one. So that's why I was like, oh, I can use it.
She looks at you. We are not supposed to interfere. And yet my sister wanders out into the mortal realm many, many times. Perhaps you've heard the story of Zenos. He was one of the first mortals that came here and upheld the pledge. My sister seduced him, lured him, and over his long life made he and his descendants swear to uphold the status quo. She has a history of doing this, of vanishing for decades at a time. In fact, she did so very recently. She'll say that it was to leave flowers on Zenos' grave, but I bet she could smell the flesh of that man on the other side there. The rogue who pilfered the tomb.
Hmm.
She was gone for a decade. She came back smelling of mortality and mother's milk, if you follow me.
Yes.
I think she means to flood the mortal realm with her ilk, pass her fey blood on to mere mortals, so that they would have an intrinsic desire to call in favors or to call in agreement with her whims.
Well, I come from a hardworking sort of people.
Yes,
Tribe life. Duty should be shared equally.
I agree.
But it's going to be hard, potentially, to convince allies. I hear your magic can help heal wounds.
The magic of the Fey is quite powerful. The wound on your breast, it is lethal. I can tell that from here. I can smell it worming its way toward your heart. You would like to live?
Yes.
You seek patronage.
I do.
You are from a hard-working people, Deianera. I am a hard-driving mistress.
I would like you as my mistress.
Then it would be something to consider. With my power at your disposal, you will be a dark and terrible creature of the Fey. Your blood will freeze your enemies. Your look will make them tremble. Your bow will strike them dead as if by plague. And they will fear your name. However, I cannot be a good patron if I am as busy as I am now with such incessant management. Help me reverse this injustice and share the load with my bourgeoisie sister.
I don't want ifs. I want a deal right now. I want some of your power now, so I don't have to worry about the death crawling towards my heart. And you're right, if it gets better, if I succeed and lighten your load, then the power that you give me can only get better.
If I do this for you, you will become a member of my court. Which means you cannot make this agreement. But that does mean that you could convince your friends afterward. If you truly
They don't
wish
have
for
to
this,
know.
if you truly wish for this, I can do this. But if you fail in your missions, it will be most unpleasant, Deianera. And as she says this, you're going to feel the back of your neck just turn to ice.
Agreed.
Hold out your hand.
Deianera, not shaking at all, was terrified inside. Holds out her hand.
She holds out a finger, which is slim and tiny. She is perhaps 5'3", 5'4", in this form, with long 3-inch long fingernails of black spirals, almost like the horns of a unicorn, and will prick the tip of one of your fingers, drawing a bead of blood, and will taste it off of the tip of her nail. Then let the pact be set. My knight of the Unseelie Court. And she takes that finger and jams it into your wound. You feel it Not just one, her thumb as well. 2 fingers jut into your wound, and it sizzles and burns, and you feel the deepest and most echoing, radiating pain that you have ever felt. It not only stabs, but it aches. You can feel the tissue around it, almost like this vacuum is sucking all of the tissue in through a single point. You can feel it in your toes. And she pulls her hand back. It is done in a second, but to say that it happens in a second would be incorrect. Deianera, this happens over the course of a year for you. But as you look down, everyone else will just see, almost like she casually brushes something off your chest. But you will see her plunge that in, and blood and pus is going to seep out. Black ooze is going to drip down the side of your chest, but then coalesce as she pulls out a writhing black worm. It screams in a pitch that very few of you can hear. And then she drops it to the ground. And with a stomps it out with her immense black boots. The wound on your chest will slowly start to heal, leaving behind the barest bit of a scar. You are going to be able to pick up a point or a level of Warlock next level, Deianera.
Yeah.
With the Archfey.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to customize that at all, let me know. It's a little shadowier than normal.
Yeah, okay, perfect. I will take a look at that and see what we can customize.
Sounds good. But as you were doing this as well, a couple of other things are going to happen to you. Your fur is going to shift. The brown fur of your legs is going to shiver. And you know those color changing pillows with the, you know how you like shine?
Mm-hmm.
It's like naughty, nice, naughty, nice. It's
Yeah.
all of your fur just shivers. Like when a dog has like the heebies, and suddenly a wave of black is going to fade down your leg, turning your brown fur to black.
Amazing.
It is done. And she will smile. And as she does, you'll see that her lips are dark black, but they have an ombre about them of blood red. Now, while this is happening, what's everybody else doing? Forn, what are you doing?
Wants to go talk to Titania because he doesn't trust the pair that came in, and he needs to know more before making a decision.
Totally. I wouldn't trust her either. Titania's way prettier. She looks like a young, vivacious Kristen Chenoweth. So you approach her, and she will smile and look at you. Hello, traveler. How may I help you? You come with eyes that seek.
Yes, I seek information about what's going on. The pair that came in, I don't trust.
Nor should you. The Unseelie Court are a capricious and dark sort. They revel in the pain of the pain of all, to be honest. They are not as kind as the summer and the spring. What would you like to know?
Which is what my concern is. If they regain control, what's going to happen to the elves that we forced to end up here? I would hate to be the reason a species gets wiped out.
I wouldn't be able to say what exists in my sister's mind, but I know that her cruelty is kept in check by her busyness. There's a reason that Treleon charged them with the Wild Hunt first. It was to shackle them through duty. Mortals have a phrase, the devil's hands are idle playthings. Well, my sister's hands are quite devilish indeed, and they deserve to be kept in check. I spend most of my time working on renewal, propagating love and passion and all of this. It's a full-time job. To be taken away from this, I worry of the effect it would have on the prime material realm.
And what of this prophecy that keeps being mentioned? It's not the first time we've heard of it.
It's just an old... there is an old missive. It is a story that... a prophecy, as you say, that calls for the return of the Dreaming King and the betrayal of one of the courts. It says that when the king returns, the Unseelie Court will betray us.
Can I insight that just to make sure?
Sure, yes you may. Yes you may. Oh, I'm just gonna roll a dice for fun. Ah, damn, that's only okay. You're all right.
No, it's not. Yeah, I'm going to use one of my second knowledge of the past because I did not roll great, and I have to
Do
roll
it.
disadvantage.
Use your knowledge
I'm
of the
still
past.
exhausted.
Know some things.
So that's a 7. Rolled 1 on that die. I hate that.
Perfect. You have an inspiration for this game, by the way. Don't forget, everybody has a point of inspiration.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do it.
Try
Roll
different
that. Get an
dice.
8. He's gonna get an 8. Well, folks, watch.
Nope, 11. So 15.
15? Oh, it's not gonna be enough. Yeah, totally. She's so pretty. Like, she's just perfect to look at, Forn. Like, Forn, you're not a very romantic guy, but even so, you gotta admit, she's just nice to talk to. She smells pretty like flowers, and she wouldn't lie to you. The DC was
Forn's
19.
like, oh.
Dang. Nowhere near that. Oh well.
I think that she would be doing it because of, well, jealousy. I was the firstborn, and perhaps she was the first conceived, but that is neither here nor there. I was the first into the world. And she resents anything that I end up with. She is the younger, the darker one, the one that is always reaching for what I have. For a while, she was quite taken by my husband. And she has never forgiven me for winning his heart.
And
And
who is
so
your
she-
husband?
Who's my husband? King Oberon.
Okay.
I suppose they don't teach you much of Fey affairs in the mortal realm.
Yeah, you have to forgive me. Coming back from the dead, my memory's a little scrambled.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, if there's ever anything that we can do for you, without the Wild Hunt to worry about, we would be happy to escort you where you need, and provide you with provisions and aid, and maybe even more.
It was mentioned there might be a way to at least break the chain that binds you to the realm so I can live my own life and not serve another.
The pacts that you have made in your previous life, or the pacts that have been forced upon you,
Yes.
that would be tricky. And powerful magic has reanimated you. But it is not beyond our means. With some time.
I should have some time. I feel like they'll at least keep me around as long as I keep doing what they need.
With time to devote to research, I think I might be able to find a way by the time you return from the dreaming place. You would never have to return to the place that bound you.
If I return, I don't want to burn it to the ground, but that's a future me problem.
I look forward to meeting this future you. He sounds quite exciting.
And thank you for your time, and Forn will graciously bow in respect.
A gentleman. She will curtsy to you. Who else is doing something? Where else are you all going?
So I know Gwylan wants to go learning more about this prophecy.
Okay.
Because
yeah, Mystredo too. Yeah.
But Gwylan doesn't like prophecies and thinks they're absolutely bogus.
Okay.
Kind
That
of.
makes sense.
I mean, self-fulfilling in the way that if you
what she-
hear it and listen to it.
Yeah, we're
You
the two
start
sides of the
actualizing.
coin. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
So where are you
So
headed?
she's
I
going.
understand the prophecy, and you're like, seems sus.
Yeah. I think she's probably going to try and just do some general schmoozing to try and find
Make me
the people.
a... Okay. Make me a persuasion roll to try to schmooze and find out where this would be. Like, who would be able to.
Okay. And I think part of this will be looking at the people who seem to be serving, like the servants who might be overhearing things. It's kind of the angle she's going for.
Okay.
Oh,
One
it's
second.
always, yeah, you always make friends with the people who are doing the grunt work.
That was a persuasion, you said?
It was.
That should
Is Gwylan up for having Mystredo come along with her?
Sure.
Sure, let's go.
That's a 22.
A 22. You are
Yes.
going to go and make some contacts, meet several people who are going around. There is a you'll make a bit of headway on some of the serving people that are going around, some sylphs that are floating around on air, a couple of goblins that are wandering around dressed in small butler uniforms. There's even a beautiful fawn with long white blonde hair tipped with frost that is moving through the room, bringing around ice wine. That is literal ice wine.
That looks interesting.
It basically comes out like a slush.
Yeah, that seems interesting.
And you will have a nice discussion with her. Her little name tag says her name is Frostleaf, and as she turns and looks at you, her tiny little, like, fawn nose, blue with chill, she will say, "You're looking for the prophecy? I would go and speak to the hags. They know everything. Prophecies."
Where might I find the hags?
She juts a trembling finger at the corner where you see 3 hags, night hags with purple-black skin, one dressed in hoods with bones of small animals ringing it, holding a gnarled staff, kind of leaning over a table. You see that there is a huge hulking one with boils all over her face, a long nose that droops down like a hanging moon over gapped teeth that are sharp as razors. And then next to them is a human-looking blonde-ish senior woman with bright rosy cheeks, dressed in a pink power suit.
Oh,
Huh. Well, they
That's-
seem friendly.
sure.
Thank you for your assistance. And Gwylan's gonna go meander over to the hags.
Mystredo's gonna follow after, like giving giving poor Frostleaf, you know, kind of do this to her shoulders, kind of like, ooh, you look so cold. Oh, you poor thing. Go find some hot chocolate or something.
Thank you. I'm just doing my job.
Oh, but go, you should be serving hot chocolate instead, or hot tea. I'll come find you later and see if you can get get warm. I'm coming. Yes.
All
I'm
right.
coming. Okay. Okay.
Cool.
You head over to the table where suddenly there's a bald man sitting there, a bald dwarf, who is just weeping into his hands as they flip over cards. The one with the hood will lean over and go,
"And so, you will never, ever manage to acquire the sports ball you seek from the girl in the blue dress."
"Oh, good grief," he says, and gets up and wanders away.
Sports ball?
That one was particularly perturbed at a sports ball game that he plays with some of the neighborhood dwarves. One keeps snatching the ball away when he tries to kick it.
Oh.
I see.
You seek to have your fortune read as well,
The one with the hood says,
"Yes, sister. Each one wishes for her fortune to be
No.
speaked."
No, that's
Oh.
no.
No, not
I'm
really.
looking for some information about this prophecy that people are talking about. Apparently, you're the ones to talk to.
"Oh, you're looking for the prophecy," says this kind of like flighty-looking human elderly woman.
Unless there are more than one big prophecy.
Oh, there are so many big prophecies, really, but there's just a lot of different ways you could go. Which prophecy are we talking about?
Yes, which prophecy?
Yeah, which prophecy are we talking about?
There seems to be one prophecy that's mostly concerning the monarchs.
What?
Those guns?
Yeah.
She gestures
Hmm.
over towards where the thrones are.
You
What
know.
do you ask of us? The hags 3. Vexandra.
Exandra. Betty, the other one says.
Is that just a coincidence, or are some of you related?
Petty?
Well, we're all part of the same coven.
No, just that two of you have very, very similar names, and
Right.
that
No,
I didn't know if
No,
that was a
just-
choice or
just
coincidence.
Just
What do you mean? My
They're
name
lovely
begins
names,
with
though.
Vex.
And my name begins with Hex. And my name begins with Betty.
just
Yeah. Okay.
just
They kind of look at each other with a bit of a stun, like, what? 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 What?
You know, maybe it's a human thing, and I'm just noticing something strange.
Oh, are you a human? Betty says, looking you up and down.
Yeah, of course. What else would I be?
I don't know. You could be a really tall halfling.
You
Well,
have a
you
very
could.
good point, but I don't think so. I tend not to be. Let's just say that I don't do games of chance with halflings very often because they tend to.
Oh, I
clean me
like your
out.
snakes. She interrupts and looks over at Mystredo.
Oh, thank you. Lenny now has found himself, I don't
tiny
know
bow tie?
where, a little yeah, no, he's got a little crown, a flower crown, and he has a lovely lilac colored sheath robe. I more it's
Does he
like
have a yarmulke?
toga. No.
Okay.
He has a toga. You know, such as you know, a snake with no arms can wear a toga, so it looks like a dress, but it's a toga. He insists.
No, you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference always. It's
Okay,
it's
good.
it's the off the not shoulder but body look, I guess.
off the non-shoulder, yeah. Snake shoulder.
All right, so
Yeah.
the hags will lean forward.
What will you give us to tell you this prophecy?
What do you wish to know? So one soul, please. Betty holds out her hand. Or a soul coin. Do you have any soul coins?
You know, I think I'm fresh out of soul coins.
Hmm.
She's gonna share it, like glance
Same.
over at Mystredo with like a
Hmm.
what?
I was hoping to buy something out of the vending machine later. Shucks.
How about a exchange of information? Do you have anything, if there's something you would like to ask us?
What information do you have?
Yes, what information do you have? Is it about where
Yes,
to
what
get soul
information
coins? They all took a look at Betty and look back at you.
Tell us your information.
Do you agree to?
Yes.
If your
exchange of
information is juicy enough.
Well, I don't know if your
Yes.
information's juicy.
I am the one who you seek for information. We are the one that you seek for information.
We know stuff.
And you have my utmost respect for that. So I think Gwylan's actually going to think through what information she knows that might be of interest. And one sec. Let me just check something.
So as Gwylan's looking for that, Mystredo, what are you doing?
She's gonna chat a little bit more with Betty. She's gonna introduce Betty to Lenny. Because this
Oh,
could
hi, Lenny.
work.
You're such a pretty little snake. What an intelligent one, too.
He's very lovely.
Oh, I bet. I bet all the other ones underestimate you because you're such a sweet little one. That's their biggest mistake.
Mm-hmm. Lenny blushes.
Lenny blushes. You'll also see, like, the audience will just very quickly see,
Snakes.
like, these black eyebrows go whoosh on Lenny for a second. Is
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
V eyebrows, like the evil eyebrows, and then they'll kind of fade back
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Yeah. We all know secretly Lenny's the ringleader.
All right.
All the other snakes are just kind of like, huh? Huh? What?
Oh, you poor thing. A Medusa. You must have had a lonely life. You should be a
Well,
hag.
Well,
It's
I don't know if hag is quite the way that we go, but I am
think about it.
I am a
There's
druid.
sisterhood and soup.
And you don't have to wear a bra.
Oh. That's
We're big on the
that's
free the
an
nipple
option.
movement.
I can
It's
respect
true.
that. That's it sounds like very empowering and yes.
Down with the
yes.
patriarchy, Betty says.
Mm. You know, I'm pretty. Yeah, that's. This is really singing to. This is really singing to Mystredo's choir here. Yeah, down with the patriarchy. Yeah,
just cozy cottagecore hags, just like making
We all
soup.
just
Yeah.
join evil packs because down with capitalism, down
I'm
with
not
patriarchy.
joining per se, but you know, gonna be friendly with them for
If
sure.
they have
It's
a
just like, well,
knitting, if they have a knitting group, you
right,
may
if they have a
join.
knitting circle. I'm there.
I really
If you
want
have a
soup
knitting
now.
group and you meet at the local tavern, I'm pretty much down with that. Well, I do belong to the circle of sacrifice. Are you familiar with druids and that circle?
Oh, very, very much so.
Sacrifice. Gwylan's looking at Mystredo like, wait, what? Sacrifice? What?
You read, I'm not. I
Most
still
of
just
the-
read entrails.
Oh,
it's
that's
like
so sweet.
chickens.
Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember when I was a young hag reading entrails. Oh, I've come a long way, but those first steps are really important.
Is this a
Yes, it's been very challenging, but
Do you want me to read yours? I'll put them back when I'm done.
I think I'm good.
We don't have
I
time
like
for
a
that.
little bit of mystery. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
paying
I like
for
a little
another
mystery.
damage deposit on the tablecloths.
Oh.
Oh, fair.
Did you have a response or an answer there, redhead? Your question, your gift.
Gwylan is thinking back over what she knows what might be interesting to some hags, and she's gonna essentially just guess that perhaps knowing where some things are located in the Shadowfell might be interesting.
Okay, make me a
'Cause-
persuasion roll
Okay.
to convince them that this is good.
Okay, do the snakes all have their own souls? This is a question.
Souls? No.
If it's
Spirits?
that,
Yes.
like, little tiny
Spirit-
ghost
okay.
things attached. Like
Little
I feel
tiny
like they're
ghosts.
connected. They wouldn't be separate. I don't know.
No, we're all very symbiotic. So.
So to persuade, that is
persuade?
a 17 currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you offer a story about where things are in the Shadowfell.
She tells about the time she slipped into the Shadowfell one day while sailing and ended up selling some relics while she was there.
That's a very good story. Interesting. We have delved into the Shadowfell before. We have gone there to look for things that could be useful.
Yes, very useful.
What about this one? Yes, do you have a gift as well, Mystredo? Of the Circle of Sacrifice? Whew, I know.
She's gonna think back and like see if there's anything in her memory. She lived in a cave till she came out for this party. I don't know. She got anything interesting?
Oh, honestly, not a
Yeah.
terrible amount when you feel
No.
a paper wrinkly hand touch yours. You were raised on that isle, weren't you, with all of the other Medusa? You must have been very lonely.
Yes. Well, we were told.
Can I
that we
have
were
some of that?
banished. Some of what?
Some of your lonely. I could make it into soup. Or a potion later.
That actually seems like a pretty good deal.
That's yes. If you wish,
Of course, here.
does it take my memories
Only a bit.
or just the?
But it's the bad stuff.
All right.
And I hear mortals don't like the bad stuff. Because they're
Honestly,
weak
yeah.
sauce.
True. That's true. All right. You
Great.
can have some of my loneliness if you can help us with the prophecy.
That sounds like a swell deal to me.
Yes, it sounds like a good deal. Here. Drink this.
Okay.
Vexandra slides you a small potion.
Drink it.
What does it look like? She wants to look at
It
it.
looks kind of like
first and-
creamy. Looks kind of
Mhm.
like the consistency of like a slightly tinted, a slightly caramelly liquid with
Hmm.
little bits of flecked matter floating in it. Nothing that you can really
Okay.
discern.
Yeah. Sniff it.
Smells very
Smell of
potent.
anything?
Smells sweet.
Go on, hurry. Drink it.
Okay. All right.
Make me a
Down
constitution
the
save.
hatch.
Make me a con save.
And a sippy. Shoot. Hang on. I'm rolling blind again.
Rolling blind.
14.
14. It's gonna burn all the way down, and you're gonna
Oh,
like.
it's like drinking a Bailey straight. Drink some
And you're,
Fireball.
it's gonna like set your
I drink
esophagus.
Fireball.
Your esophagus is gonna go on fire, and as it goes down into your gut, you're going to be like, "Coof," and you're gonna be like, what was that?"
Mm.
Butterscotch snaps. It makes the next part easier. Now blow into this.
One of them holds up an empty bottle to your lips.
Oh, that's kind of. This is what I thought was going to happen. Okay.
And now, mildly
boy.
inebriated, You blow into the bottle, and
Can I blow across it and make flute sounds? Fruit, 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 fruit.
you can. And as you do, the bottle is going to fill with an image, spectral and made of mist, of you as a child, sobbing in an empty cave.
Oh, yeah, they can have that. Yeah, no, they can have that. That's fine.
As you blow into it, you will see your first night there. The sounds of slaughter and sacrifice in the halls outside, as this small child Mystredo wept to herself until the tears flowed no more and she passed out from exhaustion.
Now, consciously, she doesn't remember how she got there. Does this include the memory of why she was in the cave in the first place?
It does
how she
not.
got
This is
to the
just that
island?
memory, and I'm assuming that,
okay.
honestly, this is you at like, maybe a
Yeah.
year old.
That's what
Like
I was
you
thinking.
are
Okay.
you are infantile as you are this,
Yeah.
and as
So just
you-
inconsolable
Yeah.
baby.
and she will just go
All right.
and pop a cork into it and smile.
Perfect. Thank you so much. This will go great with my collection.
And she'll take out a little marker and write on the side of the bottle. As she sets it down with the rest of her things, Gwylan and Mystredo will be able to see off the side, and written on the side is "A child never held."
Oh. Okay, that one cuts to the feels. But yeah, okay, she's happy to give that one up.
Let's see. Now, the prophecy. Which prophecy? Ah, yes, this one.
Vexandra leans forward.
Be ready. I will only say it once.
Okay.
In shadowed depths, where moonlight wanes, the Lord of Dreams stirs in chains. And the court with veil of gleam, yet in the dark they whisper schemes. As the world in wine dark seas does drown, he will don his 8-cylindered crown. From slumber's realm he shall arise and claim the world as his prize. The fated ones shall give his name, and his eternal realm he shall reclaim.
Gwen looks over at Mystredo. Does that mean much to you?
Are you not good
I-
with prophecies?
I'm still learning, but I need some time to consider this one. This one's very, very, very strong, very old.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And has there's a lot involved, and there's a lot at stake. I can't get it wrong.
Well, best of luck.
And she'll scribble it down and put it in her pocket. And that's gonna
there a-
probably occupy her mind for the rest of the day.
Is there a...
Gwen's like, so is there like a summarized version?
Oh, summarized
Annotated?
version. Oh, annotated version. Well, I suppose,
Cliff notes? Cliff notes, anybody?
guy trapped in darkness,
Uh-huh.
wakes up,
Yep.
courts conspire to help rise to power,
Yeah,
world drowns, he takes
Which
over.
has already been happening.
Oh, that's
Yep.
good. That's
Yep.
good. Then we know where we are in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're near the end.
I hate to lose my place when I'm reading something.
Oh yeah, no, we're near that end stanza for sure. Yeah.
He'll put on his crown, and the
Mhm.
fated ones will...
8-cylinder crown. 8-cylinder crown. That
Mhm.
that seems important. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then rise
And
up
then-
and reclaim the world. Huzzah!
Yeah, he'll reclaim his fated domain. After he was kind of
He
vague.
wakes
Does he
Realm
have a
of
name?
Dreams?
Oh, I wouldn't know that. I didn't write the prophecy.
Yeah.
I didn't write it either. Well, I mean, I wrote it down.
No.
Well, yes, you wrote it down,
Yes.
sister. Obviously, that's how else we would have it.
Mm.
We're not going to memorize that whole thing.
Who first heard it or wrote it? Did you hear it from somewhere?
Where did it
Or
come
did it-
from?
That's a great question. Who did we hear it from? I'm not certain. Who did we hear it from?
I think it's before our time. I've only been alive for a few thousand years.
Hmm.
That's
Right,
why I
from the
look so
sound of
youthful.
But from the sounds of it, it's probably connected to whatever ritual or incantation or spell that bound him sleeping in the first place. Because this would be the part of either how to wake him up or what happens when he wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yes, sure.
That's a bit beyond our pay grade, though, dearie.
You've
Would you
been
like to
very
know you-
helpful.
That's
Of course.
Thank
of
you.
course. Thank you for the loneliness.
Fair. You're welcome to have that part.
We're going to bake it into some cookies,
kind-
probably. Sneak it to the Sealy
Mm.
Court.
We hate their guts.
Sorry, who all is the Sealy Court, by the way?
The Sealy Court?
Do we remember who? Yeah, that's Titania and Oberon and
Titania and
all
Oberon are the Sealy Court. So
Titania
generally,
and
if they
Oberon,
look like they would
okay.
cavort
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
summer or spring, they're the Sealy Court. Not always, but that's a
Sealy Court.
general easy one. There are some people who flip
Mhm.
back and forth, but hags definitely on Sealy.
that? Oh yeah. Not getting that impression.
All right.
Strong impression. Okay, cool.
And as this is going on, let us cut over to Tyria as you are dressed in finery. Your robes have been re-spun with flowers interlacing them that will grow on their own. Your favorite types of flowers, what are those?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I actually maybe even have this written down in a character description at some point. But I don't know off the top of my head. What's a nice green flower?
Ooh, what is a nice green flower?
With some
Peop-
I
peonies.
mean, calla lilies are really nice to have the white, but then the green stem in the inside.
Oh, yeah. Let's go for some of those for sure. But some little bits of like green, purple scattered throughout sounds really nice. Could complement, sort of
Raja
offset the brass a little.
looks over at you. You are absolutely beautiful. Should I be seeing
So do you. Absolutely, because I have work to do. Give me your fingers.
Every part of me is yours. He'll offer you his massive hands.
It's great. She's gonna measure his ring finger.
Oh, it is big. I'd say
She
he's like a
needs to find a
size
forge.
18.
Excellent. I need to find a fire, a forge, something like that. There are traditions.
I want you to make me a perception roll with advantage to hear the sound of metal.
I have a 19 plus 24.
24, over in the corner, you were going to see that there is this huge length of table that spans along the western wall. And coming from it, you were going to hear this incredibly tiny, against all odds, against the crowd,
Sprint.
sprinting over. You
Just
look
like
around.
ears going like radar. Just doot. Zoom.
There at the table, you are going to see that there is an entire length of a jousting arena. There, in miniature, with guests filling the stands. You can see that there is a stairwell built into the side of it that it looks like you see a couple of guests, like full-sized guests, a dwarf, a satyr, a centaur, all walk up, and they walk down the stairs, and as they do every step, they shrink until they are walking in miniature.
into these jousting arenas. This party must have actually probably 1,000 people at it. Just many of them are watching these jousts between like flame-tongued, nightmare-riding death knights, jousting with like... Honestly, you're looking down right now at it as you pass, and you see that there is this little... It kind of looks like a halfling on top of this pony, wearing like this like purple vest, this like bright yellow shirt with like a big stick through the back of their hair, who is like jousting with this flaming death knight. Doesn't look afraid at all, this little halfling thing.
Sounds cool as heck. Yeah, 100%.
All right. And as you pass that, you are going to see the ugliest little creature that you ever could probably imagine. I'm going to say ugly cute. I'm going to pull up an image of this for y'all real quick.
Okay.
I know exactly what image you're putting up.
What?
Is it from last night?
What was last night?
The meep. I thought you were looking at a picture
Oh,
of the
no, it's
meep.
not the meep. It's not the meep. No. There you go. Hopefully that image will work, and I'll pop it in the chat as well. You're gonna see.
Bring it on.
You're gonna see what looks kind of like a mole rat with like big like white scruffy sideburns. You're going to see like this like very like Scotty dog mustache, and it's like tink 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 working this little forge. Now, unlike the actual miniaturized thing, this guy is about the size of like a chinchilla, and is working a forge that is about the size of a chinchilla.
Does it look like as she approaches, she would shrink down to chinchilla scale?
There is a stairwell that could lead down to it, yeah.
Then I think she's going to run towards the stairwell, stop, and go, okay, you can see me. Hopefully you'll see a lot more of me very soon.
Hi, I can
But
see you.
You cannot see the rings. And I need your forge. It's an emergency.
You need my forge. What do you need my forge for?
Wedding rings? I'll make you something fancy.
Are you a forge master?
Not a master, no, but I've made a lot of hinges. And those gear things.
Hinges. What I need is a good grinder.
The teeth? I grind in my sleep, but
Oh, I need a grinder to help me hewn down the edge of blades. Right now, my lances are coming in too dull. Barely a single death node out of the Justin rings.
oh, how dull. Oh,
Exactly.
twice.
I need lances that can skewer and kill.
I'm sure we could find a way to act to each other's benefit. She's going to approach in the hopes that she can get kind of smaller to a more reasonable scale for this conversation.
You want to come down here, do you?
But I would need to use it right now.
Fine. Hold still for a second. Eat this. And he'll hand you a cookie.
How?
And you will go and shrink down.
Well,
So,
things that I manufacture increase in size with me.
aye, they should.
He says to you as you're the same size as him.
You're getting married, are you?
Tyria, good to meet you.
Tyria. My name is
This-
Forge Master Brutus.
He's even more majestic from a small height. This is Raja. Brutus, nice to meet you.
You're gonna marry that one?
Mm-hmm.
He's quite beefy. You can use.
that a
Did you
cow
bring your own
joke?
materials?
Of course I did.
If you can work out a way to grind my lance, I need to pierce as many men with my lances as possible. And I hear a grinder is the best way to do it.
I think you might be onto something there, yes.
I want to grab them by the scruff and pierce them. If you can help me with that, you can take your rings and make your rings.
I'm certain I can help you with that. Rings first?
Aye.
All right,
Going to
so
sprint to the tiny forge.
All right. There are materials there for you to make a mold for the rings as well. God, amazing the number of like processes you learn just watching random TikTok videos. Right?
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's like the one good thing
she
about
has
it.
like her repair tools with her. She has like smith's tools, tinker's tools. She has a completely unreasonable number of tools, being an artificer. She's gonna basically pull all of that stuff out, as well as bits of scrap metal and stuff. You dorks. Kelly gave you too much ammunition for a side channel.
Yep.
Gosh,
you gotta
Yeah.
use oil to make sure your lances are lubricated.
And
And
she's
make sure you
gonna
pierce through the
try
back
to.
door.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So let's go.
Yep. She's gonna try to do the best job that she can in as short a time as she can, with like a little bit of a family symbol on it, so that her parents will hopefully not be too mad at her for getting married while they're cursed to be asleep forever. And also, I have another infusion slot available, which I would like to use to make some sending stones,
Aww.
maybe in the rings.
I'll allow that. I think that's dope as hell. What's the
Yeah,
point of an
I think so
artificer if
too.
you have to actually just make them as sending stones?
I know, right? So,
All right, so go ahead. I think you can just do this, but I'm gonna make you make a roll just to see how fancy they are.
I would like to make a faded roll.
Oh shit!
Haven't done one yet. It seems fun to do one to make wedding rings, because why not?
Okay. All right, so you're gonna make a faded roll with. I want you to make me a. I guess this would be a blacksmith's, probably. If you're forging metal,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a jeweler's kit as well.
So I'm proficient and I have the toolkit. What's the skill for this? I never remember.
So it's the kit proficiency. So you add.
Okay.
So basically, you just treat it as having proficiency, and then you add whatever relevant skill this would be. I would say that you could either use intelligence, dexterity, or con for this,
Let's use intelligence. That feels fun.
because you're planning the geometry of it.
Yeah, I am.
You have to
Rolling
calculate
flat,
pi.
rolling with advantage.
You're gonna roll with advantage because it's faded, and tell me if you get a nat 20.
I rolled a 19.
Good enough.
Close. Not quite a nat 20.
It's close enough for my purposes. You are going to forge these out of. Now, what metals are on hand in here? So looking through, you are going to find that as you hammer these down, the metal that you are using, you have some ore or something in your pocket that you've mined before, right? Just to have on you. As
And
you
like
are,
bits of brass and bronze and that kind of thing.
you have a bit of gold as well, or at least you think it is.
I mean, of course. You
As
need
you
to do it to repair the machines.
It's true. As you start to smelt it down, though, you are going to realize that this hunk of ore that you have in your hand is only gold on the outside. It's gold pressed, basically, where the veins converge together. And inside of it, you are going to see this bright, molten red color.
Oh.
And you're going to realize
oh no,
that
how red are we talking?
kind of an orange red.
Okay, good.
But you're going to realize that you actually have Orichalcon ore in your hand.
Oh, wow.
Orichalcon, of course, is the most noble of metals in ancient literature. It is red, but you could alloy it with gold or something like that, so it would just be like red veins.
That sounds really cute, actually.
I'm trying to find a physical image to show you of what it looks like that isn't just gold that someone said was Orichalcum. But
Yeah.
Orichalcum is
I think design and style-wise, she's gonna want like pretty thick and chunky and overall simple, but like very high quality simplicity, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. So you are going to be able to take your time with that. So that was a nat 19 plus your bonuses. So we're looking at like a 30
Yeah,
plus on this.
20, I think. Well, if I'm only adding int and then proficiency, because there's no skill that goes with it, right? So my proficiency bonus is +3, so int is also +3, so it'd be 25, I think.
25 is really damn good for this.
I don't know if I add any more for using the kit. Maybe it adds a +2 or something, but
Sure, I'd allow that. I'd allow that. Yeah,
Sure.
so you are going to be able to forge those. It takes you the better part of an hour to forge these. Although it feels like a lot more, the forge has its own time dilation on it because it is a forge of the zone.
Ooh.
The forge of flow state. And as you are done with this, you are going to manage to have hewn these two, or crafted these two rings. These immense, beautiful, interlaced rings of gold and brass and all of these different metals alloyed together into this beautiful, simple, yet elegant ring with your family marking on it. And these sending stones, because you called in a fated roll, these sending stones are also going to have no limit on their sending capability.
Oh, that's fancy.
They can send cross-plane. There's no low cell phone reception, so if one of you ever says, I'm going through a tunnel, they're lying. And yeah, so those will be permanent infinite distance, and they will not count toward one of your slots.
No, all right.
Yeah.
She's stuck with it then.
You're stuck with it. You got free magic
Marriage
items.
better work out, yeah.
Yeah. Just ask for the ring back in the divorce. Just cut it off his finger.
Okay, sounds good. She would, yeah.
That's how Minotaurs do it. You only get married once.
Mhm.
So I
And
guess
then
so
it's
long
a
as
fight
you're
to
the
the
first
death?
person.
You have to have a hand.
No, you need that for crafting and for axes. All right, you are going to craft those beautifully.
And she'll happily craft a grindstone for our small but stout and confident friend. I
Sounds
think
good.
she's going to give one ring to Canary to hide and one ring to hide in mouth so that
Okay.
she can, like, hand them off that way.
All right.
With this grinder, I should be able to do all sorts of damage on the battlefield. I plan to skewer that little one over there that keeps winning all of the jousts.
I think you'd be a cute couple. I'm going to pat him on the head.
I don't know if I'm her type, but she has stolen my heart. I should really get it back.
I hear good things.
No, really.
Well, good luck.
He gestures to a symbol on the
really?
wall that has it's like a family crest that has a heart in the middle of it, or at least it did. Now it's a dusty outline.
She came in here to take a tour around, and when she left, it wasn't there anymore. She literally stole my heart.
No. Maybe she has a crush.
Aye, she will after I mount this night up.
Mm-hmm.
Best of luck with the wedding.
Best of luck with the, whatever this turns into. Give a little pat on the head.
Get out of here.
Safe travels.
I always cry at weddings.
You're welcome
There's
to
so-
attend if you want to. I think it's just up the stairs.
I might do that. Good luck, Tyria.
Good luck to you. Sprint.
I hope your marriage is grade A.
I hope so too. We're both so beefy.
Aye, she's got it. She knows what I'm saying. All right, and with that, you're going to rush back out in preparation to get married. And I think that's probably a great place for us to take a quick break. So, folks, don't go anywhere.
Sounds
We'll be
good to
right
me.
back. Whoop.
This game is utter chaos today.
I'm just milking
Oh.
it.
I love it.
Bonkers.
back. This is the part of the program where we're going to talk to the chat for a minute. We were just discussing, raising funds for the king. Raising fun for the king? I don't know. But anyway, hey, welcome back. This has been a I like social episodes. I like episodes where you just get to have weird stuff. I also like that we made Betty White a hag. Right? I
was ready for it to be all the Golden Girls, really.
No, because then it'd be 4, and then you can't do that because it has to be 3 for a coven.
You can't have 4 hags. Yeah.
And OK's GM in the chat is asking if our music is royalty free. It is not royalty free. It is copyright free with a license. So Monument Studios does. I guess that is royalty free. But yeah, you have to purchase it. But it's totally worth it. Like they do sales sometimes. And it's absolutely worth it. So the music that we use primarily Monument Studios has a ton of stuff that we use. We use Dark Fantasy Studios, which we have a premium license with. We use a couple of other smaller studios that have released things through Humble Bundle packs, which are great. Always check the software section of Humble Bundle if you're running streams, because they'll be like $50 or less for like 1,000 tracks. About 100 of which are useful to you, but still, that you can't beat that. We use a lot of Kevin MacLeod and Tabletop Audio too, but I pay for Tabletop Audio. I'm a Patreon member over there because it's worth supporting them, and they're really great. And plus, you get the alternate tracks where you can just get just the music, which is pretty great. And sometimes just the sound effects, because who doesn't need some dragons occasionally? I've used dragons all the time in Dragonlance. Also, I'm so proud that last Dragonlance ended on a dragon roar. Like, there was a pause and then a roar at the end, and that was the end of game. And it was unintentional, but it just synced up, and it was so good. It was so good.
Nice. That's great.
It was pretty great. So how's everybody doing? You all having a good time in Arkos?
Yeah,
Oh,
totally.
yeah.
I'm having a great time.
Excited to get cow married.
I'm excited for my pact that totally is not going to come back and haunt me at all.
Yeah, nope, not at all. Not at all.
In the least little bit.
Yeah, I'm really excited
evil here.
for Tyria to get married. It's someone else's turn to get surprise married. Yay!
When was the last time you got surprise married?
Manos asked for his hand in marriage?
Manos tried, but my changeling character who got
Yep.
Oh, I remember. God.
Yes.
I did a lot of push-ups.
Yeah, I remember Sophie and Lord Thunder.
Lord Thunder was so good. Lord Thunder was just...
Who's this ding dong?
Verily, I am Lord Thunder.
Which one of your idiot friends is this?
Oh, folks, I am stressed. I have a bunch of fiction due before the end of the week next week. And I also have a trailer for the new Wednesday game that needs to be up because Wednesday is going to be the final episode of Dragonlance. And I gotta cut that. I think I have the song for it though, so that's most of the way there. So I'm very excited. You guys want to be there for it? I guarantee you do.
I'm really tempted to actually try to stay up. I think it's going to end at like 3 a.m. my time, but
Do it.
it would be cool. It'd be cool to be there.
There will be much crying. Plus, you can always leave midway. So my hope is that we'll be able to fit some of the how to run into the episode as well, and I can mostly just complain about Lord Soth. But I feel like I've got like 5 hours of Lord Soth complaining in me, so I gotta cut it down.
You can do a whole episode of just complaining about Soth.
Oh my god, it's just like... And I know I made a bad rules call on one thing. Someone reminded me in the chat that I allowed cutting words to be used on a saving throw. But it wouldn't have mattered in the end because I overrode it with a legendary anyway. Yeah, no, it would have. It sucked. He's not as tough as prepared players in 5e. It's just wolf. What else is happening, guys? What else is coming soon? We've got Technocracy tonight if you're on the Patreon. Why aren't you on the Patreon? Join the Patreon. You join the Patreon. You can also hear that lovely talk that Millie and I did. Millie, did you listen to our chat?
You know, I actually haven't listened to the podcast. I'm like the worst at listening to things that's like half just me talking.
Right,
I
fair.
can't handle it. Like a game that I was in with several other people, it's fine because I feel like I can just like ignore my parts. But for a podcast, I'm like, I remember that podcast. I remember the conversation. It seemed really fun. We talked about a whole bunch of cool stuff. And I will probably listen to it in like a year.
Right. I added some of the special effects you asked for.
I know, I'm excited for that one. Do they involve some particularly classy laughter?
No.
Okay, good. Carry on.
I don't think so.
I don't
Maybe?
remember now either.
I don't remember now either. Like, I think Robin's the one
Maybe
that's
I do
listened
need
to
to
it.
listen to it.
Yeah, that's right, Chandra. You got mentioned in that. You got mentioned right now
I don't
too.
remember laughter. I remember
yeah,
specifically
totally.
a bunch of sound effects that are vaguely wahoo sounding.
Oh, those ones. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is happening this week? So we've got Phandelver is back with we're going to Thunder Tree tomorrow, which just sounds like a music festival. Like we're going to Thunder Tree. Everybody be sure to pack your edibles. And then Tuesday we've got Shards of Nirn, which is going to be a fancy night as we go blow up tons of people. It's going to be great. They're not people, they're orcs. Wait.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, nice.
I'm not
So Monument
convinced.
Studios is having a Black Friday sale right now? That's fantastic. Yeah, go do it. Go do it. I'm gonna see if they have anything new actually, because they usually message me. My favorite thing about Monument Studios, not sponsored, is, in fact I pay them, is that if you get one of their fantasy completes, they'll email you new tracks every month where they're like, oh, we updated this, we changed this, so it's like it's like DLC stuff, but it's prepaid, so it's
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Get
they're
little
like a cool
bonuses.
company.
Yeah.
Yeah. That said, don't steal our vibe, man. This is our music. We own it exclusively. No.
Yeah.
Actually, I already have all these packs. They're really good group though. And then a lot of stuff by Alexander Nakarada and Kevin MacLeod, and most recently Tim Kulig has been all over our stuff, which is great because whenever we post something new that Tim Kulig has made, he usually responds in the YouTube comments, and he's like, "Wow, great game! Wow, you run too many games." And I'm like, "It's true, but you make
Okay,
too many songs."
but, yeah.
I'm always tempted to run new stuff, folks. And also, speaking of new stuff, you all should go and join the Patreon, because if we hit 175 patrons, Christine's going to run a new game, and it is a game that everybody is going to want to play in. So it's going to be rough casting that. Like, it's going to be real rough because everybody's going to want to be in it because the costuming is going to be legit. I already know what my character is going to be. I think it's going to be so dumb. I'm going to put his name in the private chat.
Do we get to know any secret information about the setting system?
Oh Lord.
Right.
Yep.
Is that something that people outside of our side chat should know?
No,
They haven't heard
no, because it
before,
has
or
not
is
been.
it
It is
forever a
not,
secret.
it has not been confirmed.
All right, just be
but,
aware that this is a secret that y'all definitely want to see happen, because it is one of my favorite combination of words I think I've
Right.
ever seen. So yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to play more games. I actually have a character concept that I bought some makeup for yesterday, because I'm like, if I ever get to play in another game where it's like not a full, like a really long run, I'm definitely considering playing an Earth Genasi and looking like Adam Warlock. Just be a guy made of molten gold.
That could be pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be
All right.
awesome.
Anything else that we want to talk about before we head back in?
Yeah, totally. Because this
Oh.
week, Trans Lifeline is partnering with Twitch for Twitch Together for Good, including me. And we're streaming for basically this whole week from Tuesday on into the weekend for Trans Lifeline.
How can we help?
Which can be cool as
Yeah.
heck. So I guess look out for folks who are talking about it. For Twitch Together for Good is sort of the key words here. Pop by our stream, support us, and help fund a really, really important charity organization. They're pretty
That's
rad.
fantastic.
I'm excited to be a part of it. It's gonna be fun.
Thanks.
That's
And it's
very
actually a
Pretend
good
that I'm secretly in
organization.
VTuber mode here and I'm not violating the secret VTuber oath. Don't tell anyone else. But
Yeah. Your secret is safe with all.
no, I think it's going to be
us.
amazing. There's such an incredible crew that are involved with this year. So it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
Yay,
That does sound like a lot of
awesome.
fun. Oh, and the final other thing that I wanted to say as well. After that, we have a very special game that's going to be coming on December 16th, I believe.
A whole bunch of games.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing one more day of Extra Life before the end of the year because we've still got some totals we want to meet and we want to run some more games. So we also got the Blood Boat got cut off by a power outage, so we got to finish that. And there's going to be more Horse Girl Camp, and there's going to be
Excited.
another Brindlewood Bay. And there's going to be a game that I run that I'm not going to say the title for because you just want to be there, folks. You do.
Yeah.
We're all going to freeze because we're all wearing dirty tank tops. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be
We're gonna be very cold.
fantastic.
I'm just so excited to play my airhead werewolf again.
I'm so
Aw,
excited
yeah.
for you
Your
to
werehead?
bring your werehead back.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, Brindlewood Bay, it's going to be all commercials. Yeah, there's going to be nothing else to buy. There's no point. Just commercials. Just buy commercials.
All right. So with that, folks, I think it's time for us to head back in to Dreams of Arkos. We have a wedding to do. Welcome back to Dreams of Arkos here on Dork Tales. Tyria, as you
Cute.
reason, what's
I needed to sing Here Comes the Cow for some reason. Sorry, go ahead.
as you size back up, Tyria, you can see now that the entire hall has shifted. Fairies have flown around, transmuting the tablecloths into white linens, over blooming with gardenias and white roses. Above you, you can see the flutter of sprites setting up small orbs of light in the air that hover there like bubbles on a bath. All of you turn and see that this entire space has transmogrified. And you will feel a presence approach you. I say, Jareth, consort of the Queen and Goblin King, says to you, "Are you ready to be married?"
Yes.
Do you have someone you'd like to do the ceremony? Officiate?
Gonna look at Mystredo first and raise an eyebrow just in case. Then if Mystredo gives the thumbs up, then sure, but if not, we'll turn to Deianera.
Oh no, sure. Yeah, thumbs up. Yay. Lenny's ready.
Then he puts on his yarmulke.
On his flower crown.
His flower crown, yeah. Each one of the snakes is a different religion.
Absolutely.
Then by all means, let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and themtomans, all guests and all comers, it is time for nuptials. And as he says that, the room is going to burst to light and life. Music is going to begin to be played. A royal coupling song fills the air. Little ushers little gnomish and other brownies and other types of fey creatures usher you into rows and tables. A dryad will lean forward, pluck a bit of its hair out, which is a bouquet of bright, beautiful flowers.
Here you go, my lady.
He will say and pass it down to you, Tyria.
Well, sure is fancier than what I was expecting.
A beautiful red carpet is rolled out by a pair of zephyr spirits. And the ugliest goblin you've ever seen is going to stride down the aisle throwing petals.
Aw. What color red are we talking? We might both get married as cows here.
I'm gonna spend as something good happens to restate that a bright gold carpet is ran down the aisle.
Excellent. Good. Could you imagine? We both walk down the aisle and we're like, we're too sheepish. We look down at the ground because we're kind of embarrassed. We both look up as regular cow.
Mystredo, you are ushered to the front. Your friends are ushered to flank the area before the thrones.
Deianera will actually offer to walk Tyria down the aisle.
Happily accept, yeah. That sounds cute.
And as you walk down, you prepare. You can see that your husband-to-be is standing at the front next to Forn.
How do I look?
You look good.
You look good too.
You can't keep your eyes off you.
You say you can't keep your eyes off me?
No, she can't.
Oh, yeah, it's probably better. No offense. When do they come? Do they...
An organ will begin to play. And you are marched down the aisle by Deianera, which honestly, the hoof beats are pretty regular, but it is a little, the first couple of steps are a little awkward, matching the 4 steps to the 2 steps.
We both go like, okay, and on the left, and then we both switch which goes first.
Well, you do rear left and I do front
I do rear
left.
left, and you do front, and it's like, oh crap.
Okay.
Right, of course.
You wander up to the front, walking atop those petals. And before long, you find yourself there at the front, before Mystredo, and the regents of summer, winter, spring, and fall.
Quick
Mystredo.
tiny
Am
interjection.
I?
Deianera's fur is changed color, right?
Yep.
She got a
She
dye
looks
job.
a little different. She
Yeah, so we'll at least comment that. Did you do something with your hair on the way up?
Yes,
It suits
I
you.
was bored. Thank you. So I was bored, and someone was like, "Hey, you wanna change your look?" And I said, "I do, yes." So I just got the quick dye job. But thank you. Thank you. I think it suits me too. You look absolutely radiant. Your armor is positively shining.
It's the polish and the sweat.
All right. Mystredo, at the front, you have been asked to perform the ceremony.
So Forn's hands up too.
Forn, what's up?
Could I make a perception check to see if I know something else that's different about Deianera?
Yeah, please.
Good, because Mystredo needs a minute to find the marriage performance thing.
All right, hold on.
They didn't cover
I never
this in
rolled very high, so
druid
you're
school.
fine.
I mean, nobody wants to see me put entrails on top of the tableau there.
I mean, it could be
I mean,
traditional.
unless that's
Or
what
do
you
they?
want. I don't know. It's not like we had the
That was only
rehearsal
a-
dinner or anything.
But that was only a 7.
Only a 7? Okay.
Yeah.
Halfway down
Kel-
the aisle. Oh shit, Deianera has a weird hair.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so
Okay.
Just read it.
Okay. Okay, but technically I didn't either. I'm just asking. It's like, why am I here? I thought it was just because Lenny was dressed nice.
okay. So standing at the front, you, Mystredo, find yourself in the middle of this before you realize that, oh wait, what? I'm supposed to do
wait.
what?
Oh. Okay. Uh.
And suddenly the crowd goes
Yeah.
silent as you stand before the two minotaurs, and all eyes are on you.
I'm guessing that one of the snakes has been like actually paying attention sometimes and picked this up somewhere, and we're doing this.
You should
all,
probably. I think that you're doing the ceremony.
It whispers in
Yes,
your
but
ear.
what am I supposed to say? I didn't cover this at Druid School.
Guests, we welcome you. And then just wing it. Say some things in Druish.
I so love the idea of like the repeat after me for then you saying repeat after me to them.
Okay, fine.
Say
Wing
some
it,
things
okay,
in
from somebody
Druidish.
who
They won't
doesn't
be
have
able to
any wings.
understand it.
There's no set Druish language.
Yeah, there is.
Is there? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
you,
right,
get, you get it at level 1.
Oh,
It's druid-
yeah,
druid.
druidic. Well, he said Druish. I was like, it's druidic technically. Anyways,
I'm not
yes.
going to say the joke. It's too good.
Okay. Whew. Okay, so all right, I'm just gonna go what was generously provided for me here. Welcome, friends, honored guests, and thank you. We offer our gracious thanks to the hosts who have offered this lovely, beautiful space. Queen Titania and King Oberon, Queen Mab and her adorable companion Jareth. Thank you for
I'll
being
take
here
it.
and offering to bear witness. Oh yes, to bear witness to this exciting wedding. We didn't. Yay! Okay, so yes, we're all very excited. Yes, let's just get to it. Let's get to the fun stuff, because that's what we're all here for, right? Right. Okay.
The fun stuff comes later.
True. This is the first set of fun stuff. Okay. She'll turn to Mr. Minotaur with no name now.
Raja.
What should I call you?
Hmm.
For the ceremony purposes, you have to have something
I believe that
name.
she has decided to call me Raja.
Raja? Perfect. Okay. Now, please repeat after me. I state your name.
I state your name.
Okay, how about I, Raja.
I, Raja.
Okay, there we go. Stand before you, Tyria.
Stand before you, Tyria.
My horns held high in respect and love.
My horns held high in respect and love.
In this labyrinth of life,
In this labyrinth of life,
I promise to be your unwavering support.
I promise to be your unwavering support.
You know what? Here, let's just make it faster. I pledge to face challenges head on, just as a minotaur charges through the maze. Together, we'll navigate the twists and turns, finding our way with courage and determination. Yes? Good?
All of that
Good so far?
sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. With this, great. With the strength of my heart and the might of my spirit, and now you can repeat this part, I vow to protect and cherish you, my love.
I vow to protect and to cherish you, my love.
Okay, great. Okay, Tyria, it's your turn. From the labyrinth of our individual lives, we have found each other. Today, I, Tyria,
Tyria,
choose to walk this path with you, Raja.
choose to walk this path with you, Raja.
Okay, now I'm just going to quickly go through this part. My love for you is as unyielding as the walls of the maze, and my commitment is as enduring as the ancient stones beneath our hooves. Yes. I promise to honor our shared journey, to celebrate our victories, and to face our challenges together. And now you can repeat this part. Let our love be a labyrinth of joy and growth.
Let our love be a labyrinth of joy and growth.
And we may always find our way back to each other.
And may we always find our way back to each other.
Yes. Yay. Now, before the gods and within the sacred maze of our hearts, I, Raja. You have to say this part.
Is it my turn now, again?
Yes, it's your turn now. Yeah.
Within
I
the
guess we have
sacred
2 turns.
mazes of our hearts, I, Raja.
Yeah. Take you, Tyria.
Take you, Tyria,
Yeah. As my mate.
as my mate.
Okay. Like the intricate passages of a labyrinth, our lives intertwine. I promise to respect your individuality, just as a minotaur respects the twists and turns of the maze. In the times of darkness, I will be your guiding light. In times of joy, I will be your celebration. Together, let us create a labyrinth of love and companionship, strong and unbreakable. Do you agree with this vow?
Yes, more than anything ever.
Okay, I do would be fine, but that sounds great.
I do. I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, you do. Okay, that's awesome. Tyria, before the gods and within the sacred maze of our
absolutely.
hearts.
Yes.
Oh,
no,
you
I
do
for
too?
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
That sounds great.
All
100%.
right.
Can I show him the rings yet?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Present the rings. You may present the rings.
Okay.
Mouse.
Canary. Okay. So he gets yours. And Mouse is mine.
Mouse.
I made these this afternoon.
The rings will come out, and they are beautiful, glowing with the warmth of the forge still.
These rings are a beautiful and amazing symbol of your love, your respect, and the bond that will keep both of you together throughout your lives, your relationship, and the adventures to come. They're beautiful, symbolizing the beauty of this moment, the beauty of our surroundings, and the beauty of this whole moment. You may place the rings on each other's fingers.
Which finger do they go on? Are they thumb rings or
I
are they
don't
wet
know.
bands? What do you think, Tyria?
I think they're wedding rings, like
Okay.
same spot probably.
Okay. So he will exchange rings with Tyria.
She'll do the same.
Okay.
These are
yes.
they're about connection, right? I mean, you didn't have a choice in getting married to someone today. I'm just glad it was me. And this will allow us to stay in touch and get to know each other a little bit more, no matter where we are. I hope.
I hope so too.
Oh, it's so
I
beautiful.
look forward to getting to know you over a very long and happy life.
Me too.
Lenny's quietly just like, it's so beautiful.
The pinkest cow.
Okay. Now, well, druids kind of have this thing about we do a hand fasting. So may I have you join your hands together? Their hands, and she'll place her hands on top. Well, by the request of everybody here, I think, and the graciousness of Queen Titania and King Oberon and the rest of the court, I fast these two minotaurs, these two wonderful people together in the most sacred of bonds, and may they always find their way back to each other. This is just so beautiful, and you are now as one. Yay! Woo! Yay! That's it. Woo!
You did great. You did so
Thank
good.
you.
Wait, we're supposed to
I've
kiss,
never
but you
done
did
this.
so good. You did so
Oh
good.
yeah, you can kiss the bride. Please do.
I don't want
Right.
to
Don't
kiss
wait- don't
anyone
wait for me.
else. Mwah. And he's going to give a big, however, cows kiss.
smooching. Cow smooching. Mwah, mwah,
I'm
mwah.
picturing the whole dip and everything, like
There's a
cat
dip,
leg
there's-
in the air,
There's
Yeah.
some
Oh
cow
yeah,
con.
one hoofa.
over there.
Yeah, one hoof up.
All right, they will celebrate, and
I need a drink.
there will be a ton of drinks handed out, champagnes, wines, and so on. And as you take a sip, there will be a bit of a shadow that falls over the edge of your little celebration there at the front, as you see that Oberon, Titania, Mab, and Jareth all stand nearby.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Congratulations on your wedding. Yes,
Thank you.
congratulations.
Thanks.
Now the matter has come at hand.
The wedding is complete. Your vow. Your pledge. Gwylan.
So, can I try and decipher some lines from the prophecy that we were given?
You can try. It's a prophecy. Good luck. Let's
I
do
know,
it.
But specifically the lines. Okay, so we're talking about the Lord of Dreams, Swords and Chains, and the court with veil of, was it gleam?
Gleam.
Gleam.
Gleam or gleam?
Gleam.
Gleam. Gleam.
Gleam.
Okay.
G.
So it's
Okay.
a G.
Did I type C?
E.
Yeah,
You did.
Type C.
Confirming that it's a
Oh, it's
veil
way better
of
now.
gleam.
It's obviously
And
clean.
yet,
She wrote it funny.
I don't know. Yeah, and the court with veil of gleam, yet in the dark they whisper schemes.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
what we've seen and what Gwylan sort of knows about, at least the connection with Traleon stuff, lore about the Wild Hunt, she's trying to figure out which court would be considered the one with a veil of gleam.
It does seem like that would most likely be the Sealy Court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the dark they whisper
They're all
schemes.
fancy.
Okay.
Before the hour strikes, you must make a choice, Oberon says.
Second question here. Talking about a shadow depths where moonlight wanes. Would that be Shadowfell, perhaps? Maybe?
Maybe.
No? Maybe?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, she's going to gamble pretty much
Okay.
everything here on 2 lines from a prophecy.
Perfect. That's always how we do it. That's how we do it.
Oh, absolutely.
Did we have
Um,
time in between
You know,
getting
winging
ready
it.
to, like, would Mystredo and Gwylan have shared the prophecy?
I would
If
have
we had time
tried to
or
if we had
not?
time,
Yeah.
maybe while we were getting ready.
Sure, I'll say
I
so.
feel like Tyria might have been a little bit distracted,
Mystredo
and also if
scribbled
you
it
ask
down
her,
so she pass it around.
we'll say she doesn't trust any of them and would just literally flip a coin.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Gwylan's leaning towards give it to the unseelie.
Deianera is also going to be shoving it in that direction too. Little do you guys, she won't say the fact that she can't actually make the decision, but Deianera is going to definitely heavily throw that down and talk about how Tatiana went and found mortals to shift it in her favor. She is up to something, and when she was talking to her sister at the beginning, there was something that she was not letting on. She is planning something.
Oh,
Well,
without
we're
a doubt.
both planning something, but one side, the unseelie court, seems more vicious than the seelie, and we have a whole race of elves that have been put here due to us.
Yes, and
Yeah.
the Seelie court would be the ones that would have to hunt and kill them, versus the Unseelie court who are currently having to hunt and kill them. It would
Is it
seem
the other way?
better to have. It would make more sense to have the Unseelie court not hunting them if they're very vicious. Also, I
So-
don't agree with someone slacking off for 120 centuries and constantly shirking responsibility. That is not.
I don't care about that part so much. What I care about is that currently, the current court, the Seelie court, has been, well, they're currently the reason why we can't, like, elves don't sleep. Or at least they're the ones holding it. Right? So,
Oh, I thought that was going to be the case either way.
Yeah, that doesn't
but
change.
the current way, it might be, they might hunt them down differently. We don't know what the difference would be.
Yes,
But I
It
think
sounds like
prophecy
punishment either
is a
way.
problem.
It is, but
It
we know what
sounds
the
like-
current status quo is. So
And-
why not change it?
Can we just
This
write down any
prophecy-
name?
I mean, we could, but
Give the duty to someone else?
I
Something
feel like-
harmless?
I don't think that's the. I don't
No.
think that's. Otherwise, it doesn't get done, and then
this
you're
is
just going to
why
have
we're
two people fighting.
this is why we're all here. I'm sure of it.
They will go to war if we do not make a decision for them. We are the third party that is supposed to be unbiased.
Except
If
we're hardly
we-
unbiased.
That's true. It's hard to be unbiased.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
unbiased.
feel
I am fully
unbiased.
biased. I am fully biased.
I feel completely unbiased.
Does that read as truthful?
I'll roll a deception check there for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Do it.
I will happily incite that.
Yeah, no,
Oh, wow.
17.
17.
Okay. You beat my 14.
To
Same,
be
I got a
Tyria's
14.
4.
Okay.
disadvantage.
So as you are sitting and talking, the ruler's giving you a bit of space. Above the court, you will see a group of fireflies form themselves into a clock that ticks. 10 minutes remain.
I don't think we're here because of destiny. I think someone made a guess at some point or saw a possible future, and because it's been written down, a bunch of other people have started acting on it to make it happen. That's not
How-
destiny.
How does the prophecy end then?
Oh, it ends with The fated one shall give his name, and his eternal realm he shall claim.
The fated one shall give his
it's-
name.
Oh yeah, and the
Is that
he is, I
us?
think,
No.
probably because they keep referring to us as like the ones of fate, something, something, something.
Mm.
Like we got the invitations. I don't know. But the him is the Lord of Dreams, who's currently trapped somewhere in chains, I guess.
So are we supposed to write his name down then?
Do we know
Seems
his
like a
name?
terrible decision.
I don't really want him to wait.
Sounds like he reclaims his realm regardless of what we do, and we're the ones responsible for it.
Or
His realm
if
is
we
dreams.
give his name to this, it means he would reclaim dreams, so we don't want to put his name down.
Do we not? The domain of dreams is being controlled by
Him.
By whomever wrote this prophecy. This is
The
part of
dead.
the binding ritual.
Wasn't it an oath to track down the elves who stayed in the mortal realm, who stayed on Ylos?
Yes, from Trelion, he's the one that
Who's
who
supposed
cursed
to
and
be
made
dream.
the Sealy Court
Dead,
and
I
Unsealy Court.
thought. Unless they're saying he's alive this whole time and been trapped somewhere. Or did he take over the realm of dreams from someone else?
Or did the
Yeah, and
Sealy
if he's the
Court
Lord of-
trap him in chains?
He's the
And if you're the Lord of
Fey,
Dreams,
the Lord of
you
Dreams.
get power from dreams. You'd want eternal slumber.
But if the Lord of Dreams is released, this might all become kind of a turf war?
Robin.
Quick question.
Yes.
I don't know if I wrote this down. What did an Inone say right before she tried to crack the vase? I'm pretty sure it's something about him. She was talking about his power and him coming back.
Yeah.
Would you be able to refresh my memory on that?
Not verbatim.
No.
Something along the lines of that he had called her there, that the merchant who had found this had overlooked its significance, that the wine was far more potent, and that he needed to return. And that he would make all of our dreams come true.
Mm-hmm.
And then a bunch of stuff happened, so she didn't really get a finish, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah.
I think he gets his power from people sleeping.
Yes.
So currently he is gaining power from everyone who is sleeping
Everyone
right
who's
now.
asleep.
And
Yes.
he can grant all of our dreams if we're eternally sleeping. I do not think we need him back. I think that is something we do not want.
Agreed.
I think
I agree.
It's
Oh,
good.
gotta make
Flip a
some
coin
sort
up
of-
and down. Coin still looks pretty promising to me.
I do not think we should write his name down. I don't think that's even an option.
Do I have to say it verbally or do we write it down? How do we
I think we just choose. We say the
we just tell
vow.
them? We declare and say
Are we ready?
I declare the vow be fulfilled by the Unsealy Court, like that kind of thing?
I need a chicken.
What?
We don't. I don't think we have time for a chicken. We have less than 10 minutes
no,
until.
We do not have time for chicken.
No, it's not to eat. I can
Oh.
try and read the entrails.
I'm still saying the time it takes for you to find a chicken, kill a chicken, read its entrails is we have till midnight.
There's a chicken
and
right there. There's probably a chicken over there.
There is a chicken over there. It's having
There's a
cocktails
chicken
with
over
another chicken.
Oh, maybe not that chicken. There's probably chickens.
Buckety buck.
Yeah, no, we're not gonna pick that chicken. I don't know. There's probably a roasted chicken that's probably still has some stuff, some guts in it. So
There's a place where food is being made. Yeah. Do you want to head over there and grab a chicken?
yeah, yes.
Excuse
me.
They'll provide you with.
Yeah, hello,
chicken?
hello.
Yes, I'd like
Oh,
a
yes,
chicken.
would you like
please.
it roasted or barbecued?
No, just dead. Just lop the head off. If you could, make a nice little, Y incision in the.
I would be happy to. One moment. Dead chicken walking.
She says and thrusts her hand into a cage and pulls out a chicken.
Oh, do you want to do the honors?
No, I'll do the rest. You just,
You
Don't you have to do that?
just want me to kill the
unless I
chicken?
have to. Never mind. I'll dispatch the chicken.
This chicken was found impersonating an officer of the court. He deserves to die.
Okay, good. Put him down. Then whop.
It didn't act like the other chickens did.
No, yeah, lunk. And
All right. It's going to go.
great, thank you.
And the blade is going to cut down. And suddenly the chicken is going to be not any less active, actually, as it keeps
no,
thrashing
they're
around.
not. But just kind of, you just hang on to it by a foot and just kind of let it flap a little.
All right. So what are you going to do? You're going to do some harospics?
Yep.
Harospicy? Harospicy.
Yep, got to do this. If you got a little prep area I could borrow, like just a place where I can read this.
All right, chef.
Oh, there's a
Stations.
spare countertop over there.
They'll clean off a station for you.
Thank you. Okay. Ugh. And she'll get the guts and drop them out, and I guess it's where they land. You don't
Mhm.
you can't.
And it's
can't
any
shuffle
shapes
them
that
like
you see
cards.
in them, any
Yeah.
any particularly calling around the organs. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
What'd you get?
do I roll? I don't know.
So you use the
Hmm.
augury spell, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Yes.
But double check your rules, please.
Yep. I thought I just might make an arcana or a religion roll on this.
Circle of Sacrifice. A sacrificial ritual that pleases the gods. So
Yeah.
you get bonuses to produce flame. Ritual of mistletoe.
Where is it? Hang on.
You can cast. Oh, actually, this is really dope. Is this the correct one?
Would that be? How about the? Wouldn't that be the?
All right.
Oh,
so
that's
circle.
dope, Kelle. The immolation, the ritual sacrifice.
Right. It's pretty cool.
Oh, you need to use that for us, giving us
Yeah, you need to
blessings.
Yes.
Okay. Is that the whole of it right there?
For the second level ability, it's the immolation as well as she knows
Yeah.
the produce flame and can add wisdom modifier to the damage, which is amazing. For
Mhm.
Oh, that's weird. I thought there was. God, the art in this book is pretty. I should not run this game. I should not run Odyssey of the Dragonlords, right? Probably shouldn't.
Dun, 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 dun.
I probably shouldn't. Join the Patreon. Where the hell Circle of
It's just
Sacrifice? Oh, there it is.
divination. It's just a
Cleric
divination.
of prophecy is what you'd think for sacrifice.
Cool. Do you have the augury spell or the any of the other spells?
I
on
have
right now?
divination.
Okay, so just the regular divination basic.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Sure.
And then let me just check. Magic offering, God servant, single question about a specific goal, and you have that one prepared.
Yep.
Okay, So you can go ahead and do
Good
that.
pick, everyone.
Your magic and offering
I
put you in
do.
contact with a god or a god's servant. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. I offer a truthful reply. The reply may be a short phrase, a cryptic rhyme, or an omen. It does not take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as the casting of additional spells or the loss or gain of companion. If you cast the spell 2 or more times before consider. Blah, 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 blah. So, what is your question? So you cast this. You light some incense, and it consumes those materials.
Yes. What name do we put forth?
Now, who are you making this offering to? The Fates?
Yes, because it's the Fates who brought us all here.
The chicken that you have splayed out. You've spread its organs around, lifted its liver, and tossed it into a fire.
I thought you were going to say the chicken's name. This is what I put down. It's like, oh, damn it.
And as the fire burns the liver to ash, a voice will whisper into your ear that only you can hear. Who would you have be your ally, and who would you have be your enemy? Choose who will walk beside you, and choose who will be your foe. The choice is yours. For the Dreaming King comes as surely as sleep.
So he's going to come regardless.
Well,
There's nothing that we can do to stop Trazelta from coming back. It's going to happen. It's already in motion. Given the prophecy that as the hags recited it, we're already in the end stage. It's going to happen. We can choose either a foe or an ally to name.
well, if we're picking allies, then I'm siding with the Sealy Court.
You really want the Unseelie Court as your enemies.
I don't really
Fighting
think I
against the
want that.
cruel is
No.
something I'm used to doing.
No, whoever we name is who we'll have to work with. They'll be the ones responsible to either help to control what happens or they'll help further it.
Well, and we're naming who's going to be in charge of doing the
Yes.
dirty work, right? So the folks who will be very mad at us are the people we're naming.
They're going to be mad at us regardless.
Mm-hmm.
I've already said my bit.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too. I think we
Tyria's
should
gonna
agree.
shrug, hold a coin.
I have no stake in this.
Roger
I
will
see.
say.
I'm trying to stay as neutral as I can by putting it to chance.
And I say change the guard.
Me too. I think it's long overdue. Free up
Forn,
the
would you-
Unseelie to help us.
Forn, what do you think?
I say the Sealy. I don't trust the Unsealy Court.
I don't trust any of them.
Yeah.
This is
I don't
fair,
trust
but-
I don't trust any of them either.
Would you
But
trust someone?
the Unsealy Court is known to be more cruel than the Sealy.
But does
And I'd rather
mean-
fight
because
against the
they're
cruelty.
more
Evil.
outwardly cruel does not mean the Seelie Court is not deceptively cruel.
Agreed.
You don't
I've
think
been
the
getting
Unsealy is not deceptive?
I mean, you can
No,
say
but
a
there
lot
are
of very pretty
people-
words and lots of shiny surfaces and still be a piece of shit and still be a piece of shit. That is kind of just part of life. And the
I've
Sealy
gotten
Court is
nothing but
very shiny.
uncertain and hiding from the Sealy Court versus I spoke with the Unsealy Court and they were much more straight on with answers.
Are you sure they told you the truth? Because their consort seemed to be the shit stirrer here. And they were
Oh, he's
definitely hiding
hilarious.
something.
He's hilarious. You may stir shit, doesn't mean that you
Balls.
want to be entertained.
I'm not here to be entertained.
No,
It's a nice
but
side
I'd rather
effect,
have someone who'd rather stir shit to entertain than
Well, I
hide
don't believe we
to
have a
be
lot of time to
deceptive.
choose.
No, we
We
don't.
could vote.
No. I vote
The enemy we know, the enemy we don't know.
Honestly, I think we don't know either of them, really. We have
Agreed.
been told a lot of things. So,
I feel like those with the luxury of free time and power are probably in a better position to lie to us. And I don't think it's worth trusting either of them. We've just met the spooky ones.
so
So it's chance for me.
okay.
She's gonna flip a coin. I'll roll a d20.
So we have 2, 4. The Unsealy.
Oh yeah, flip the actual coin.
strongly.
So heads, I guess. Sealy, tails, unsealy.
Okay. Is
And
it
then
as it
Mystredo.
lands?
Let's do the on the back of the hand thing. There's plenty of room for manipulation and Shigamadans if any fate things want to get involved.
All right. You ready?
I don't know if I can tell what it is from your hand, but yes.
You can. Heads.
Okay. Should look a little bit surprised. Sealy?
What does that mean? Sealy?
Means Mystredo's the tiebreaker.
No pressure or anything.
No.
Can offer you a coin.
Do the snakes have anything to say? Or are they all drunk?
Political. We're apolitical.
Oh, you guys are useless.
I vote Labour.
There's no Labor Party here. Unless.
I think if you're leaving it up to chance.
No. What if we name the mortal world?
The mortal world has to go kill their own race. You're going to put the elves to have to kill themselves.
Okay, that's dumb.
I mean, in that case, then they're self-governing, and honestly, that seems a little bit more fair.
And to be honest, they can't kill anyone if they're asleep.
No,
Wait, hang on. Actually,
this
are we
is-
tied? Just thinking
We
back on
are.
it here.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
if Tyria's voting for the
It's 2 for
Sealy to be the
Sealy,
ones who
2
are
for
doing it.
Yeah,
Unsealy.
it's actually 3 Sealy, 1 Unsealy.
Oh, is
What?
it?
Yeah, because I-
Tyria is
'cause I-
voting to give the
'cause, yeah,
Sealy the
Ty-
responsibility.
exactly, yeah. Because that's who we're naming, is who's responsible for the thing. We're
Yeah,
naming our
yeah.
enemy, not our ally here.
Wait, okay. I'm voting to change the
You change the guard. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
we have 3
So it's
chains,
Tyria.
1 remain so far.
She flipped for
3
change.
1 remain. Okay.
Just to clarify, because I thought that the Sealy Court was the ones who were currently in charge of it, because they've been keeping the Unsealy away every time they've renewed it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Who is in charge of the wild
They've been
hunt going
avoiding
forward?
it.
Is probably
Yeah.
the best question. Who is
Yes.
Okay.
responsible for the
It
wild
is
hunt?
currently Sealy, right?
Is currently
And
the
they've been
Unsealy
avoiding-
is
and
Yeah,
they've
it's
been-
has
the
the responsibility.
Unsealy.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought
Yes.
it was the
Yeah.
The
Sealy
Unsealy
who've been stuck doing it.
the Unsealy have
No,
been
it's-
forced to do the wild hunt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Unsealy
Yeah.
have been forced to from the vow.
Okay.
And the Sealy have been
I
partying
fully
and
misunderstood
perhaps
that.
scheming. So Mab is
So-
the Unsealy, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
Mab's people are doing the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
Gwylan's
they're
stance
tired
is
of doing it.
change because status quo is shitty currently.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
let's-
yeah.
So the
I'm also
Unseelie
on
deserve a day off.
status whatever.
Yeah, status quo
Whatever-
breeds stagnance.
Confusing to
breeds
explain when we're like, which one do we like, but also which one do we
Because we've
want
been all
to vote
drinking
for?
at the wedding.
It's true.
Gwylan's
Who
had a
did-
lot of wine.
Who deserves to put their feet up is the question. Who deserves to not have to be in charge of the hunt?
Okay.
In that sense, then I agree. The whole point is the Seelie Court and the Unseelie Court are to share this burden equally. And they've not.
Just keep in mind what they'll do for the realms if the Unseelie have time to do whatever they please.
Perhaps they'll be less cruel if they have a day off.
Right, you get put for 120 centuries of working in a row? No day off?
It's the
Yeah.
Seelie Court they seem to have the most problem with.
Plus, they're going to have some free time helping us, basically, is what we were told. That
The enemy
Clever.
of my enemy is my friend.
I find that's not always true, but sure, concept stands.
Alright, who wants to tell them and tell the vow?
I will.
All right. The regents have been standing by at a distance, giving you space. They watch you. Do you approach Mystredo?
Yes.
They
Do you
turn
need more
and look.
support?
Yes.
Okay. Gwylan will just
Yes.
kind of
Because
follow behind.
yeah, just kind
We'll do so as well.
I
just
said,
in
I think
case.
we'll all do it.
yeah, come.
Deianera's at the
little-
back. Totally
Because
not.
she might fall down once she does this.
participating.
It's all good. I've got a
Actively.
hand on your back, kind of pushing you
Yeah,
forward.
yeah, she's very, very jello-y knees right now.
All right. Approaching forward. The four regents look at you. You have decided? Yes. What have you said? What do you say?
What is it that you choose? Oh, do tell us. Dying to know.
This agreement has stood for longer than any of us even have concept of knowing. It was made before us. It will continue after us. We are playing just a small role in it. The way it was written was for the responsibilities to be shared equally between the Seelie Court and the Unseelie Court. That burden has not been equally shared. In the spirit of fairness, and the words that were written before us and that will exist after us, there needs to be a change. Our decision is for the Unseelie Court to be relieved of their responsibilities of the wild hunt. The Seelie Court must pick up that mantle and fulfill their promises.
As you say that, there are several gasps across the court. Titania's face falls, and Mabs curls up into a wicked grin at her sister's uncomfort. Next to her, Jer thrusts his elbow into his side several times with a kind of woof woof woof, and then regains his composure. Oberon looks at you, his eyes looking like summer flame.
Then they shall have the greatest hunt that they have ever seen. I shall hunt these trespassers and traitors until the ends of my world. The leaves and quiet places of the Fey Wild shall run with the blood of the traitorous ones.
If this is the choice that you have made, I will honor it.
It is.
Titania will look at all of you and say, very well. Then I leave you in my sister's hands. And she will turn and leave. Mav will look at you all. Excellent. A wonderful choice. A very clever one as well. The chaos that you have created will give the elves some time to escape while the guard transitions. Their court is not nearly so organized or ready for the hunt. That sloppiness could be to the advantage of those that you seek to save. But enough of that. You seek out the slumbering king. You seek out the land of dreams.
Yes.
We will gladly provide you an emissary to take you down into the darkened depths. Be sure to be prepared. For nothing is as it seems in that mired abyss. Rest here, enjoy your night, enjoy your honeymoon. I will find an emissary for you. You will find that the Unseelie Court honors its pacts with a ferocious dedication. Should you require anything on your quest, merely ask. We are masters of magic and secrets that could aid you in the days ahead. But until then, enjoy and rejoice. For this is now a kingdom of shadow and smoke. And as she says that, all of the sky above you, the rolling clouds, are going to turn into dark, fat cumulus clouds. Lightning crackling between them, the walls are going to turn dark. The thrones of obsidian are going to shine brighter than ever. And a pale falls over the room. As darkness overtakes the court, as the transition between begins. What do you do?
It sounds like things are going to get cold, so perhaps we should find a way to stay warm?
Yes.
I believe I can probably help with that. Your
Teamwork
husband
makes the
says.
dream work.
Mystredo just wants to go off by herself and cry.
I think Gwylan's gonna like pat her on the shoulder, just be like, good job. That was good. But it's like, you know,
This sucked.
Please, Jareth says, leaning in. Follow me. I have wonderful accommodations arranged for you.
sounds fun.
Deianera will, as we're
Okay.
leaving, she'll cast a slight look to Mav. Why was that such a hard thing for my
Queen
brain
Mav,
to remember
yeah.
there? Yeah, Queen Mav, she will shoot her a look and then just nod her head in a respectful manner to her as
All
they
right,
leave.
that sounds great. And with
Basically
that,
being like, you owe me. Continue our deal there. I did it. See, ha ha ha.
Jareth will wave his hand, and a gateway will open in front of him. Gwylan, what do you say?
Oh, she's just, as they're walking, she'll just say, you know, I always like the dark. Because, I don't know. You don't get the misdirection of the spotlight as much.
I mean, for Mystredo, this was solely about, you know, like, how was it written? How was, you know, it comes down to contract law. They're not fulfilling their end of the contract.
Gwylan, as you
It's
say
time
that,
they were made to enforce the contract.
it's true. And Gwylan, as you say
Yep.
that line about the dark, Jareth is going to grin at you. I couldn't agree more. And is going to step through, leading you into a chamber of impossible stairwells wrapping around each other. As he
Being the
takes you, no, you are in an Escher maze,
Oh,
and he takes you
Great.
to your rooms where you
We're in
can
Squid
rest.
Game.
Not quite, but where you can rest for the journey ahead. And I think that is where we're going to call this, with one minor caveat. You rest for a few days. Or as long as you need, really. Whatever supplies you require, and whatever you need for level 7, you will acquire.
Ooh.
But as you are given your guide and headed out, which is what we'll do next episode, from the top of the crystalline tower, you will see Titania look out at you as you head off toward the Dreamlands. There's a small purple dragon, dressed vaguely like a knight, that will fly over to her.
My lady, they are beginning to set out on their quest. I am not certain what should be done. Should I follow them?
She turns and looks at the small, mustachioed dragon man. No, Sir Taliver. This is going to require something larger. And she walks over to a swirling crystal orb, runs her hands across it. I know just the thing. And she leans down and whispers into it. And anyone who would look down into the crystal ball at that time would see scales and slime coating this prismatic form. And she whispers down into it and whispers, "Awaken, my Jabberwocky." And an eye will open inside of the crystal ball. And we're going to smash to black.
No.
Yeah!
Ha. Jabberwocky.
It's
Double
not
lucky.
the amazing dance troupe from America's Got Talent, is it?
It is
highly
not.
doubt it.
It kind of looks like what does it kind of look like? Where is it? What is it going to look like? It kind of looks like this.
Oh, trippy.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's
big old
you guys
cryptid.
you can fight it. All right, so welcome to level 7, everybody. You guys did it.
Yay!
You decided to secede some power. So, folks, this is going to be the end of Act 2 as we are heading into the Dreamlands, which will be a much longer act. I think we have probably another 6 to 8 episodes left after this one. But what we're going to do is I'd like it if we could call an act break here, take a little bit of time off, and I could spend more
Yeah.
time creating bonkers mechanics for the Dream Realm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. So that means that we will resume play in January.
Sounds
Sounds
good
good
to
with
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna take December off from this, and I'll have a little more time to prep a bunch of other side projects and stuff like that. Folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Dreams of Arkos. Did you guys have fun with that?
So
Yeah, that
much
was a fun session.
Yes.
Just lots
I
of
feel
concerns now.
Yeah, but I feel like Mystredo got a chance to kind of become a
growing
little
up.
bit more. Yeah. Yeah.
She's growing up. I'm so proud of her.
She's
growing
growing
up.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Forn, you're never gonna get out of those chains, buddy.
Nope. That he has his concerns about how this one's going, but
I mean, it was going to be bad either way.
it was bad. But yeah.
The
No, we
alternative
thought
thing.
we knew what the bad, but it's like,
I literally was choose your enemy.
yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and I've been watching far too much Judge Judy and People's Court lately. But then again,
Dong dong.
I'm your resident criminologist.
Resident
like-
criminologist.
I
In that
read
moment
the
when
letter
you-
of the
when-
law.
When Mystredo said that, Gwylan's having this like distinct flashback to the enemy of my enemy is also my enemy, and now they're both chasing me and have come to a truce.
Right.
Probably.
Yeah,
She's like,
unless they
I
thought
agree
this
with that.
first, and now they're friends.
I will say there was
Yeah,
an alternate
temporarily.
solution you could have done. You could have made them split the responsibility evenly with some very, very difficult persuasion checks.
Yeah,
But-
that I don't know that would have worked.
Yeah.
That
Wyland's
would've
got
been
that right.
That's not as fun as having to choose, anyways.
It is. It
That's
is right.
great.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the good completionist ending for the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was not expecting you to pick the Sealy Court or the Unseelie. I actually think the Unseelie Court is way cooler. Just because my gothic tendencies.
Yeah.
Um,
But I mean, it's the whole the Sealy Court has shirked their responsibilities for however long, and this is
oh yeah.
it's a very strict role that the mortals are to play, and this is here's how it was written, here's how it's intended, and somebody's like ducking their responsibilities. It's like, no, it has to be your turn.
So that's the Jabberwock after you. You probably would have had to deal with these guys if
Oh,
you
great.
if you chose against the Sealy
Ooh.
Court,
Ooh.
the Doom Riders.
Oh,
See, I just like the fact
oh, it's
that
gonna be bad either way.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh
You're just choosing which flavor you align with.
I'm just choosing
It's
which
almost
bad.
like you pick dreams or nightmares when you're going down into the sleeping court.
yeah,
waking
nightmares
or
is
sleeping
much
nightmares.
better
All the
against
same.
you, or on our side is better to have powers of nightmares.
Yeah.
Also, I made
Yeah.
a deal with the Unseelie, so I was definitely pushing
Right.
that one because
Your vote
Yeah.
technically didn't count too, so way to
I know.
And
I
no one
know.
knew, so that
No
was
one
great.
No one knew.
Mhm.
When
Mhm.
Deianera starts to do some weird shit with her magic, you might guys.
Um.
Might know. Also, I did.
I agree with Bong. It's Marmite or Vegemite.
I did not take
They're
Eldritch
both
Blast
terrible.
because that won't be great for my arrow spell. So I took some other fun cantrips as a warlock.
Sounds good. So, Amy, what levels are you taking? Are you taking rogue or sorcerer?
I think I'm gonna do. That should be my 4th level.
It is. So
of
you get a stat increase.
sorcerer. Oh. Oh, right.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, or a
Or
feat.
feet.
So for you do.
Any feet.
Okay, Tyria, stay in
yeah.
artificer.
Yeah, no, I think I get Flash of Genius at this level. which is
Ooh,
pretty
hell
sweet.
yes, that is so
let's,
useful.
That's really
let's
good.
go for that.
Mystredo staying druid.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
She's
Forn, were you going to multiclass?
Yeah, he's gonna go barbarian since he has that scale attached to him now.
Ooh.
Okay. All
Ooh.
right. So many multiclasses in
Nice.
this game.
Now, are
All
you
right.
a dragon or a Jabberwock?
Drago
I
Well,
think
for you
he's
to
got
decide, I
anger
guess.
issues now.
He's got anger issues
Also,
now. Traz, or?
Kelly, I realized if you will allow this,
Oh,
I
boy.
did an oopsie.
What'd you do?
Well, it doesn't matter much. It's switching 2 abilities for +1 versus 0 because I forgot that Warlock you needed 13 charisma, so I switched my intelligence and my charisma if that's okay because I haven't used many abilities for either, so I was wondering if it's okay to switch those because the flavor is much more warlocky. Otherwise, I realize I can't take that the subclass or the multi-class.
I guess you could take it as a
Tradition.
cleric, though. You could be a cleric of a Fey god.
Oh, I could. I might. Okay, maybe I'll look at that.
Dude, take a look at that and decide what you want to be. So you could do that. I'll allow you to switch it because it
Okay.
doesn't really matter, and we're having fun. And I will burn 3 something good happens that I didn't use today to allow that.
Okay.
Could very
thanks.
well be the power of the patron, shifting your very form to match
Right.
the color of your fur. You
It's-
know,
it's-
I think
still
that's what it is. That's
happy,
how
you
we're
made a
gonna.
deal and changed exactly who you are.
Mhm.
You did. Yes, Amy.
So, proficiency bonus, is that cumulative or is that based
Proficiency-
on
It is cumulative. It is
Okay.
level based, similar to cantrips.
cool. I think I already knew that, but I want to just confirm. 'cause
So just check the
not
multi-classing
always.
chapter if you need a reminder on that. But proficiency bonus,
It should be cumulative.
it is
It
cumulative.
should be based
because
off
I
the
had it-
total levels. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because I had it as a +3, and that
So your
should
level,
sounds like it's
so
correct.
it's still a +3, and it
Yeah,
changes at
mine's
level
still
9.
+3.
Cool. That's exactly where it should be then.
Cool. And then yeah, so that should be good for that. Anybody have any other questions? Perfect.
I don't think so.
All right, folks, we will be seeing you next time here in more Dreams of Arkos as we descend deep into the dream realms. I hope you are ready for it because it's going to be some cool stuff. There's some good lore in this one. Big thank you to everybody who supports us over on patreon.com/dorktales. In particular, my mom, who's responsible for this, for saying that I needed to get some sleep and not choosing a god for her divine patron level. So this kind of organically came out of that. A big thank you to our demonic producer Precarious, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin, and our High Council of the Patreon, praise be to them, Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. You are all amazing. Players, you are all amazing. We will see you next year in 2024. Oh God, it's already here.
Stop it. Stop it. No.
Stop it. All right. And with that, sweet dreams. Bye, everybody.